Hello and welcome back to Frequency Intuitive. Today we have a very detailed reading about what is meant for you next. What is spirit or God or the universe or your higher self, that co-creation of you and what's meant for you, what you destined, for yourself when you decided to incarnate here. Now, we're looking at three areas. We're going to look at your personal life, personal transformation. That could be health, wellness, personal goals, where you live, things like this. Then we're going to take a look at your career, your finances, your passions, whatever that realm looks like for you, and then your relationships, friendships, and connections. So get cozy because we've got a lot of in-depth information that we're going to look into for you. I'm also going to be pre-shuffling your cards since there's three different areas so that we don't take that time from your reading. So we have 4 groups today, 4 images. So for group 1, it's this sunflower image with this smoky quartz. Whichever of those. That's group 1. Group 2 is this butterfly over the flower and the rose quartz crystal chunk. Group 3 is this feather, peacock feather in the jar with the Amazonite crystal. Mason jar, they wanted me to say, if that's meaningful to somebody. Okay. Group 4 is this beautiful crystal card with the amethyst sphere. All right, so tune into the group or groups that your energy is resonating with, and when you're ready, we will see you in your reading. Right, so welcome group 1 to your reading about what is the universe or spirit's plan for you next. What is unfolding in your life next? We have your 3 groups. We're going to be looking at your personal transformative area, everything about your personal life, then your career and finances, followed by relationships, connections, and friendships. So let's get into your overall general personal transformation energy here for group 1. So we're going to start with laying out your cards here. So we had a rune, that's Rado, journey, messages, actually says career, right action, control. Okay, wonderful. Then we have this card that says the Queen. I love that for you. Determination, sacrifice. The Poet, relationships, vulnerability. I love that we have career and relationships already coming up here. Then you have the Hummingbird, card 32. Then you have this Soul Truth card that says, am I clear on what my soul really wants? Take out the shoulds and the limitations, get out of your head. Pay attention to your heart's desire instead. If you knew it was impossible to fail, what would you do? Wherever you go, go with all your heart. And the action says, ask yourself, what is it your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? Then take one step in that direction. Wow. Now your main card here is Coconut, card 28. Solution to problems, removing obstacles, breakthrough. Beautiful. And miracles. Wow. Okay, that's a big card to get. Wow, okay. And then we have your tarot. So let me just organize them. We'll keep your tarot here to clarify if we need to, if there's anything else that we need sorted. And I'm just going to sort these here so that I can put the tarot on the right. Okay, and your tarot here, you got the 10 of Wands. Okay, so you are, look at this carrying up this heavy boulder. You have had some sort of responsibility or burden that you have been tending to and feeling maybe a little bit exhausted, a little bit overwhelmed from that burden. The Ace of Cups. Look at this otter. Okay, so some sort of new offer of love here. Now we already have the relationships here on the Poet card. This is your overall general personal transformative energy. The Fool. Oh my gosh, I love that you got the Fool. And the Two of Cups. Oh my gosh. Okay, wow. To get the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Poet that says relationships, that's very heavy on the relationship energy. I'm going to briefly read you your hummingbird card here. It says spirit of resilience. Oh my gosh, feeling the bottom will give you the impulse to rise, and you have this 10 of wands. The spirit of the hummingbird wants to remind you that it's at the bottom where you earn your wings. These little birds have a nest that they have to jump and hit bottom before they can fly. And you too will have to dare, the Fool card, risk falling, and then learn to rise to handle these obstacles. You have this coconut card, removing obstacles that come into your life. It's in hitting this bottom and meeting your shadows that pull the warrior out of you. You see, your spirit needs challenges to grow, to the point that if you try to avoid your real problems, your mind might make up imaginary ones, but somehow your spirit will find a way to challenge itself to grow and evolve. This does not mean you need to suffer, 10 of Wands. Okay. Quite the contrary. Resilience means being able to endure hard times with peace in your heart. Being resilient is not only about surviving, but thriving as much as possible. In time, you'll see the gift behind this challenge and you'll understand life doesn't get easier, but you do become stronger and wiser. This is about enduring through the challenges, thriving, becoming wiser, and strengthening your spirit. This challenge, this is the strongest energy coming through here, this 10 of Wands. This is spirit recognizing you have been pulling this boulder up this hill for some time, and we see that you are weary. We see that you are ready to experience this next phase of your life in a way that is not so taxing on you, in a way that is more satisfying, in a way that these solutions present themselves and you're able to break through some of this heavy energy. For example, they're showing me 10 of Wands. Instead of pulling this heavy boulder up this hill alone on this string, support comes in. And now there's 3 people pushing it and 2 people pulling it with you, right? Or someone comes along with a cart and a horse and buggy and says, let me help you with that. There's something coming in this next chapter where this burden, this weariness, and this exhaustion transforms. That's the strongest overall message here. With your sunflower, it's like you're breaking through the earth, you're breaking through some sort of barrier into the sun, and you're blooming, because the strongest thing coming up in that hummingbird card was that you can thrive through these obstacles and challenges. Now, let's do the Fool here. This person, look at this, stepping out into the unknown. And then you have Rado with journey, right action, control, messages, career. There's something in your energy here where you're taking a new chance next. That could be in all areas of your life. That could be on whatever this personal challenge is. This could be something with your health. something that you feel like is just a heaviness or a weariness that's been holding you back and weighing you down. This could be something in your living situation where you're living. Maybe it's time to move or find a more harmonious space. There's something in your overall energy where you're breaking through challenges and you're starting afresh on a new journey with a new determination because you have the Queen. Sacrifice and determination. I feel like you're not giving up in this next chapter, but Spirit's saying this is going to become so much easier. The obstacles and challenges are now going to reveal how they made you stronger. And now you're going to be able to take that strength and put it into use. It's just so wild that you have, and it's going to be miraculous. There's so many messages coming out here. I'm really trying to organize them in a way that you guys can hear, that it's not jumbled, because Spirit is really, I feel like they're almost like there's a crowd of your Spirit team kind of waiting, on the other side of this door. And as we're opening this door to this message, they're like, okay, we've got so much to say to group one. Like, group one is been going through it. Group one, we see you. Group one, we hear you. We hear your cries for support, for help. We see the strength that you've had to develop and the challenges that you've had to endure, and miracles are coming. Like, they wanted me to talk about this miracle card. There's a double rainbow here. There's a double rainbow is a very auspicious sign because it's very rare. Miracles, it will seem like miracles to others, but to you, you will know that you aligned with it and you manifested it. There's a couple main things going on here for your overall energy. I'm going to get to this relationship thing next. But there's this main theme here is that solutions to problems, removing obstacles, breakthrough. And you have this 10 of Wands. Then you have the Fool. So the next chapter for you is fresh energy. You're going to be seeing something or having support or having solutions because you have the Ace of Cups, you have the Two of Cups. There's some sort of support here coming in that allows this heaviness and stagnant energy to break through. Whatever this main situation is that's kind of been looming over your head, 100% there's a breakthrough. It's just, there's so much energy here saying, like, this can you had that hummingbird card, thriving through obstacles, having to hit the bottom before you can rise again. So that chapter is behind you because the 10 is the fullness of that energy, right? And then what happens after the 10? It basically starts back at the Fool. It starts back at 0. So there's going to be some relief for whatever this obstacle, challenge, heaviness, burden, obligation is, and it's going to allow you to step into a fresh energy. Now, as you step into this fresh energy, Spirit's asking you to redefine and be clear on what does your soul really want for this next chapter. Is it relationships? Is it focusing on abundance? Is it health, wellness? Is it balance and stability in your life? Is it allowing more love to come in, more fun, more freedom? Is it kind of regrouping, regenerating, getting all your ducks in a row, cleaning house, taking stock of your routines? What is it that your soul really wants? What does your heart crave? And then it says, take one step in that direction. So I would get clear on that first, is the advice here from Spirit. They want to get one more tarot here. They've just opened up a spot for me there. Show us what else you want Group 1 to know for their personal transformative energy for what's next. What's the plan for them next? Oh, the Spirit of Swords. Okay. Spirit of Swords in this deck is the Queen. So this is the Queen of Swords. This could be air energy. This is that clarity, that truth, that am I clear on what my soul really wants? That word clear, that clarity. Now you have the Queen card. So this is really stepping into that energy of the Queen, feeling like you're in charge of your own path, feeling like you're filled with love and leadership, fertility. You're creating things. You feel abundant. You feel safe. You feel protected. You feel aligned with your higher purpose. Now, let's get into this Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, Poet card. So this is one of the strongest messages here that Spirit wanted to highlight before we get further into your relationship aspect later. Ace of Cups, this is, look, there's even a white dove here that the otter is holding. This is that comfort that, like otters, like they mate for life, they cuddle. This is like this otter being like, do you want to be my partner? I'm just seeing that. Like, I see an offer here, an offer of love, an offer of either friendship or support. And then you have this Two of Cups. You are partnering with someone. This could be someone you already have in your life, like your person that you're already with, really showing up for you, and that support really expanding and deepening, especially as you go through this difficult time. Or this could be something completely new if you're looking for, or you're open to love. The Poet, relationships, vulnerability. I feel like you're in this energy in this next chapter where you are ready to move on to this next chapter. You're like, there has been so much difficulty and struggle, and I want to feel love and joy. I want to feel the fullness of what I came here to experience. They really want me to get one of these healing cards for you, because I do sense that there's some sort of healing occurring here, or release. So let's just get you a bonus couple cards here before we move on to your career, finance, and then we'll go into your relationship portion. Oh, look at this. Immerse yourself. Training, learning, new hobbies, passions. Exactly. Am I clear on what my soul really wants? Passion, new love, new emotional connection and commitment. Being clear on exactly what path your soul wants to take right now, allowing for these miracles to come in, and allowing for this vulnerability to guide you and lead you. Like when that hummingbird jumps out of that nest, that's very vulnerable. It's now vulnerable to prey, it's now vulnerable to injury. But so you may have felt like you went through that chapter in your life, like you had to jump out and take a risk, or you were thrown out of the nest and you kind of had to start over. But now you're able to step onto some sort of path here with this with the Fool card, that brings you on a journey, because you have journey here with Rado, and right action, that puts you at the steering wheel, that puts you in the driver's seat of your life. You're able to immerse yourself in things that light you up, and that your heart, what is that phrase they keep showing me? That your heart truly craves. Take one step in that direction. Wherever you go, go with all your heart. If you've been putting something off, some sort of big decision, some sort of life change, a new beginning, something where you're basically pushing yourself out of your comfort zone or out of your nest, either intentionally because you want to experience something new, or because you haven't had any choice. Like I said, this 10 of Wands was very challenging for you, and it's kind of created that situation. This next chapter is the time for this breakthrough personal growth energy, where Spirit really wants you to align with a lot of things that are on your path. Something here with your career, or passion, new passions, hobbies, training, learning. What does my soul want? Starting at the bottom and working your way up into something. With relationships, Ace of Cups, Two of Cups, relationships, vulnerability, starting some new journey with someone or some sort of partnership, and this clarity. This Queen energy here Has the crown with the sword going through it on this card. This queen energy here, Spirit of Swords, clarity. You become clear on your soul's purpose, on things that you've been putting kind of to the side. And you start to take a new path, a new journey with the Fool card. You're going on a new adventure, pile one. And it's an adventure that your soul is soul led. Let's get you a final card for this general part, and then we're going to move right into career, passions, hobbies, and finance. Success. Okay, so your card that came out here was success. Card 38. Yes, gradual success with thoughtful actions. And this card says, take one step in that direction. Okay, really good overall energy here. I'm very excited for you. This is very transformational breakthrough energy. And this is a chapter that will be full of self-satisfaction, love, and interest, passion. It's no longer you're done. You're done. Like, oh, the start of ones. You're done with this. I have to do this role. This is my responsibility. There's no way out of this. That's breaking through, and this is shifting to soul desire, soul calling, passionate, what lights you up, what brings love into your life, what puts you in that queen energy, clarity, slicing through the crap, slicing through the bull crap, slicing through the expectations. My life is my life, and what is my heart calling me to do, and lining up with that. Now we're going to clear this, and we're going to pull out your passion, purpose, finance, and relationships, and career spread next. All right, our Sunflower Group 1 here. Let's find all about your career, finances, passions, what it is that you do for the majority of your day on a daily basis. Some people are retired, some people have hobbies or interests or multiple income flow. So let's find out all about that abundance, how you make your money, and how you spend the majority of your time. So to start here, we have Dagus, ambition. Ooh, I love that. And now you had that other career card in your overall too. Light, breakthrough, growth, cosmic consciousness. Then we have the witch. Ooh, I love this. Experimentation, rebellion. Really cool. And the priest, perseverance, faith. Aren't those opposing energies, huh? The fox. Okay, this is all about learning. There's those books again. Remember in your section 1, you had training, learning, immersing yourself in passions. So you are learning something new. You're starting off on some sort of new passion project or interest. Oh, you had 2 of these cards. Am I consistently showing up? Are you expecting a mountain of fear right now? Are you stalling, freezing, or giving up? The juicy secret is you are the boss of fear. You are unstoppable, but it's up to you to see that by taking action. Today, be brave and do it scared. Choose one fear and move through it. You are in need of a hero. So that is who you will become. Then we have, what can I burn? Burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, those images running through your head, the reminders of something you did wrong, and the proof, in quotations, that you're not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth, and you are the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. And it says, make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter look like? Wow, I feel like you're showing up in some sort of really powerful energy here. Card 22. Oh my gosh, you got oh, I can never say this. Hecate. I always want to say hectate, but that's not it. Hecate. Empowerment, magic, decisions, darkness to light. There's an owl here, there is a wolf here, and you also got that witch card. And I love that you got a 22. Release. Wow. How else could we say this? Burn, baby, burn. You're releasing something that's Probably kind of holding you back. Now let's see your tarot here to get more specific. Let me move all these. All right, first up for your career, Nine of Swords. Ooh, look at that. Anxieties, monsters keeping you up at night. Again, thoughts from the past, like it said, limitations. What did this card say? The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism. That's Nine of Swords. There it is, keeping you up at night, making you replay things, monsters at the end of the bed that are all inside of your head, right? So we're releasing that, something that's keeping you from moving down a path to your success, to your abundance, to your passion. Limiting beliefs. Ooh, Ace of Wands. I was hoping someone would get this card because I love the image of this. New action. You're taking new action. You're starting something new, a new project. You're not holding yourself back anymore. Eight of Swords. So you're releasing yourself. You're releasing these bondage of your own mind. You're releasing attachment. In the traditional Eight of Swords, she's blindfolded and her hands are tied, but she could very easily take one of those swords, reach out with her hands and cut herself free or himself free. So this is all about releasing yourself. You got that release card from something that would hold you back, something that would make you play small. Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh, how much swords energy are you coming here? Seven of Swords. So there could be someone here trying to bring you down but can I be completely frank with you? It's you. Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords, Seven of Swords. You have seven, eight, nine. Oh my gosh, I just realized that. This is you deceiving yourself, because the Seven of Swords can be deceit or lies, right? Or someone trying to trick or manipulate you, like this jaguar moving stealthily through the night. It's you, babe. You are going to be moving through something that is so transformative. Look at this heck, oh my gosh, this magic card. Darkness to light. Darkness to Ace of Wands to light. Releasing things. Burn, baby, burn. You are going to be shedding so much heaviness, limiting beliefs, lack of self-confidence, fear of being seen, fear of putting yourself out there, fear of being successful. You are going to be shedding all of this darkness in this next chapter. Queen of Wands. You got Queen. You got Queen and Queen of Swords in the first part of your reading. Now you got Queen of Wands, which is called Spirit of Wands in this deck. Look at the sunflowers. Oh my gosh, I got chills. Look at the card here. If you're not looking, your Queen of Wands has a beautiful black cat and a bushel of sunflowers, and sunflower was your card. That's Spirit saying, hey, baby. Okay, there's her song coming through again. I want to know, oh, will you be my girl? I don't know that song, but if you didn't watch the pile preparation, it came out then. And I said if it came up again, I would bring it up again. That's Spirit saying, hey, baby, it's a brand new world. And there's someone who wants to know if you will be their love. This could be someone in your life. We're not talking about love here. We're going to get into it. But that song, it's like, I want to know if you'll be my girl. It's like, come out and hang out, have some fun, live life. Now you got the Six of Swords. Wow. You got the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9 of Swords, Ace of Wands, and the Queen of Wands. I love that progression. But here's the thing. Six of Swords, one of my favorite cards. Look at this. The canoe, it's moving on into brighter pasture. All of the feathers here at the side, Six Swords. This is moving on, refusing to continue to engage in something that's draining your energy, in something that's emotionally not satisfying, in limiting beliefs, in holding yourself back. Whatever turmoil or kind of toxic, dark energy, it's moving on from that. It's moving into a new horizon, brighter pastures. It's leaving behind anything that is heavy, toxic, doesn't serve you. And Queen of Wands, Ace of Wands, oh my gosh, you're motivated. You're taking action. You're inspired. You're pursuing things that light you up. The Wands is fire. It's passion. And that's what you had in the first part of your reading. So in your passion career area here, you are consistently showing up for something that feels very new to you. You're immersing yourself in it. You may be learning whatever this is, whatever this passion is. If it's a new career, if it's a new hobby, maybe you're writing a book, maybe you're starting some sort of spiritual practice or modality, maybe you're opening a platform, maybe you're putting yourself out there with your work or your gifts, maybe you're starting a completely different career, like you're switching from being a teacher to dentistry or something like this. Like there's something you're immersing yourself in here, studying, maybe going to school for, to learn all about this new thing that is lighting you up, and you're trying something new. The witch, experimentation, rebellion. I feel like you're going down a completely new path, a path that feels lighter to you, a path that, and you have here decisions with this Hecate card. Decisions, darkness to light. I feel like you're saying, I'm no longer going to just fulfill this role or heavy expectations of me, this burden, this projection from other people that I no longer feel like is aligned with my path. I want to pursue things that light me up, and I'm no longer going to allow other people's words or other people's projections or other people's, the peanut gallery basically, keep me from moving on. If people are challenging, if they're hostile towards me, if they're trying to manipulate me, whatever either was said in the past or whatever you're continuing to tell yourself in your mind that's keeping you bound, you release it and you move on from it. Six of Swords. You start consistently showing up for whatever this new idea is. Ace of Wands. And it brings you from an ace, something new, something that you're not sure of, something that you may have never tried before with that Fool energy you had before, into the Queen of Wands. You become a magician at it. You become empowered. Empowerment, decisions, experimentation, rebellion. There might be some going against the grain here. There might be some saying, hey, sorry that you don't agree with this, but this is what I'm doing because I have to follow my heart and this is my life, not yours. So no, I can't continue to stay in a role just because it, looks better on paper, or just because it gives you something to brag about, or just because you feel that I should stick with the first thing that I started. No, we're here to expand and to grow. We're here to follow our heart, and that's constantly evolving and constantly changing. So in your career here, or your passions, whatever this is, you're taking the bull by the horns. You're releasing anything that has been holding you back and preventing you from wanting to be seen, preventing you from any imposter syndrome, anything preventing you from growth, evolution, or forward movement or progress. You're releasing all of that. You're finding ways to remove your attachment to it, and you're stepping into, look how dark these cards are and how golden these cards are. It's like fresh, warm light, like that feeling of a fresh sunflower, like on a late summer morning where fall is starting and you're getting cozy, and like there's some, fall could be very auspicious for you right now when I'm filming this. It's summer in the northern hemisphere, like we're in mid-July. There's a lot of harvest energy here with like this release on the tree, that even the back to school vibes, like with the fox and the apple here. There could be something happening in the next month or so, like in August, in September, that really is, you start on this new path. And the advice here is, don't hold yourself back. Don't allow past people's thoughts or projections, or current, if there's someone loud in your self right now, allow yourself to move on from it. Allow yourself to disconnect from that emotional trigger or emotional drain. Step into your power. Allow yourself to experiment and really make decisions that empower you and that are breakthrough. Oh my gosh, you have breakthrough here on Dagas. I'm so sorry if I don't know how to pronounce the runes. I'm new to working with them. And you had breakthrough on your coconut card. You have empowerment here, decisions, growth, light, ambition. Ambition is such a beautiful card to get for your career. It's something that you are starting new, completely new. This, like, you may be aware of this, or this may be something that starts to present itself. You're learning, you're immersing in it, you're experimenting with things, you're stepping into your full queen energy. Now you have this priest card, perseverance, faith. It could take a step of faith, right? That fool card that you had in the last one for your overall personal transformation energy. This could be something that you're like, wow, I've never done this before, but I can trust my intuition and I can trust my heart and I can leave all this darkness behind. All of this heavy swords energy, this mental conflict, this anxiety, this worry, this concern. I can move through all of that. I can trust in my own heart. I can trust in my angels, in my guides, and all of the angelic support I have from the higher realms, in the subtle realms, to guide me, to lead me through my intuition, because I want to explore and I want to express what is truly me. So you're definitely starting on some new path here. That looks like it's very successful for you because you got that success card also in your overall reading. Let's get one more card here from your tarot for finance, because I'm not seeing anything really about specific finance. I mean, you have the Queen of Wands, so that's definitely auspicious. Show us specifically for finance, what can Sunflower Group expect here? Inspiration of Swords. Okay, so this is like the Page of Swords. So you have so much swords energy here. It is wild. 1, 2, 3, 4. So much mental, so much clarity. You could be air signs. Look at this again. There's the pen and the pencil. So what this means is you're in it's a youthful energy. It's something new. You also have the Ace. You do have the Queen. So I feel like you have stability while you build income from whatever this thing is. I don't think there's going to be tons of income coming in right away from this. I think you're aware of that. I think you're either changing careers or you're starting school. I think this is long-term growth where this investment will create this harvest, probably for next year. But I do feel like with the Queen of Wands that you have that stability while you move through this. Like maybe you have another source of income, or maybe your partner is taking care of things, or you meet someone, or maybe you have a loan, student loan, or the job is like, hey, we'll match your income. So you're like, okay, great, I'm making the same thing, or whatever you start to do, it brings in the same amount of income. So you are kind of new at it. Look, like there's a box opening up here. There's a magnifying glass. It is a fresh kind of start energy, where I don't see that you're like immediately, rolling in the cash or like being a King of Pentacles or anything about it yet. But I do think that it would lead to long-term gain, because you have that Queen of Wands energy and you have this empowerment energy, which is definitely feeling that you have everything you need. So we're going to clear this reading and move into your relationships, friendships, and connections part of your reading next. All right, Sunflower Group 1, we're going to begin the relationship part of your reading now. I do want to pull charms for this part, just to get a little bit more detail. So let's see what comes out here. Okay, so you got... Wow, you got 2026. So something happening in this year that's going to be very auspicious. You got love, the little blue heart. You got a star. Okay, so this could be a wish coming true. You got a bicycle, which always makes me think of partnership because there's 2 wheels there to get that thing moving. A music note, if that's meaningful for you. A little rocking horse. Oh my gosh, which makes me think of children. So if you've been planning to start a family, that's kind of coming up here. A butterfly. So things growing and transforming. I'm going to keep these all here so that as we do the rest of your reading. Oh my gosh, look at this. I didn't even know this was in here. Cinderella's carriage. So this could be something about feeling like, you finally get to come out and tend the ball. You got a couple flowers here. Oh, which makes sense to me because partnership. Look, a gold flower and the blue flower. They're the same. So this could be 2 halves of a pair here. I'm going to put that with the love. And last but not least, a little charm saying love. Okay, so love is all over your gosh darn reading, in case you didn't notice. Like, you got the Ace of Cups and the 2 of Cups and the relationships rune to start your reading. I mean, I think this might be the best part of your reading. I don't know if this is something that you've had on your mind. Now, this can be someone you're currently with, or this can be new love coming in, right? It completely depends on your situation. Let's look at your cards. This is about friendships, connections, love, relationships, important people. You got, oh, I don't even know how to say this. It says static, energy, loss, cooling, focus, privacy. Okay. Interesting. So I wonder if something maybe is ending or if you are somehow having some sort of cooling off period. You got the sleeper, cause and effect, clarity. You got the scholar. Oh my gosh, this has come out in every single one of your mini readings. Investigation, research. Now this is about relationship, but I wonder if this you meet this person somehow in this schooling or in this new job. The river. Okay, card 16. We're going to read that. There's that otter again that came up in your Ace of Cups. It says, this card says, what are the dominant emotions that run my life in your soul truth card? How do you fill your day? Stress or joy, trust or anger, anxiety or peace? We only have today, right now, the journey. No goal, no destination will ever bring us that feeling that we seek. But when we begin filling every day with that which we value most, we attract more of it, and that is fulfillment. The action says lean into what you want to feel and adjust your life, your values, and your expectations to match your desire. What do you want to feel? Are you willing to let go of the belief that you have to achieve something first to feel it? Then you have Celine, card 23, spiritual progression, divine guidance, connection to source. Wow, okay. Move your tarot over here. And voyage. Okay. I think you had that in your beginning too. You had journey, right, on your rune. Okay. Now, let's get into your tarot and then we will uncover all of this. Okay, so for relationships first, card 12, perspective. Okay, so this is the hanged one. So you might be looking at something, a situation, or a person from a different perspective. Then you have justice. Okay, card 11. Why are you getting so much progression here? Remember you had the 6, 7, 8, 9. Now you have 11, 12. So this is Libra energy, scales balancing, maybe reciprocated energy. Card 10, the Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you got the wheel there. So something very auspicious. 10 of Pentacles. Okay, wow. So we were asking about this in your career reading. So you're putting something in, you're investing something here that becomes very abundant, fulfilling, and successful. Love to see it. The Lovers. Okay, we saw that flip out. It flipped over in your initial pull. Now this deck actually has 2 Lovers cards in it. This is the one Tarot of Oneness. This is the one with the male or masculine energy on it. That's card 6. There's one that has the feminine energy on it. And the Chariot. Okay, wow. Look at those orcas, those dolphins, whatever they are, moving swiftly forward. And again, the Chariot always has that dark and light. The 2 horses, the 2 dolphins, even the Voyage. There's 2. There's the bigger whale and the little whale. So a lot here showing partnership, but let's find out, like, what does that mean? Because the strongest thing coming up here is this rune, the Saz, that says static, energy loss, cooling. Oh, it says separation, focus, or privacy. I feel like for some of you, you may be reassessing a current relationship or dating situation that you're in and kind of taking stock of it. Is this something that I want to move forward? Is this something that is fair? Is this something that is balanced and just? Is this something that I feel soul connection to? It's quite possible that you're taking a trip together. You know what? Let me pause it because I want to look up this rune more. I'm feeling like I'm only getting one aspect of it. So I'll be right back. Well, also that's pronounced Isa or Isa. So I think this has a different sort of writing on it from the traditional one because I am familiar with that rune. So Isa is about, it could be about either. It really depends what other cards we have here. This could be about a cooling off period or some sort of let's take a pause, let's take a break in order for things to move forward. Like maybe I'm focused on my work right now or you're focused on your work right now. Or it could be taking a pause to reflect and assess with this justice scale and this perspective card, is this something that I want to continue to move forward? So for those of you who are in a relationship, there could be some period of reflection or perspective or assessment is what I'm feeling. If you're currently in a relationship where you're like, you know what, I really want to move to the next, I really want to move this forward, Chariot, or you know what, I think our journey has come to an end. There could be something in your relationships where you're taking stock. Maybe you're in a situationship and you're kind of seeing someone and you're like, you know what, I want my real true love. I don't want to keep investing my energy in something that's not filling all of my cups, that's not giving me this 10 of Pentacles abundant fulfillment energy. There's something in your life that you're reassessing now. It doesn't even have to be a person because it's energy loss, cooling, separation, focus, privacy. So this could be you saying, you know what, let me take stock and let me pause on some other aspects in my life. Like maybe you're just draining your energy in friendships, or maybe you're draining your energy with family dynamics, or maybe you're just feeling like, you know what, I've been spending a lot of social time, I want to spend more time on with my person, or I want to spend more time dating or putting myself out there. There is some sort of pause or assessment, whether it's with a relationship you're currently in or regarding how you're approaching your love life, in this next chapter, where Spirit's saying there's a lot of new love and fulfillment opportunities here. You had that Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, now you have the Lovers, which can be about choice, partnership, connection. You have the Chariot, so something moving fast really quickly, and you have the Wheel of Fortune, so things starting to shift in your favor. The wheel is turning, the wheel is starting to, this is a really beautiful Wheel of Fortune card. But sometimes we have to go through this maze, right, to figure out which way is the wheel going to turn. So maybe this is extricating yourself from difficult relationships or connections that you feel really aren't fair, really aren't just, really aren't equal give and take. Maybe this is having that perspective about your past and kind of taking stock with this Isa card and reviewing, you know, what kind of got me into hot water or into trouble in my past relationships. There's very, this is a taking stock energy where you're kind of like reassessing and then you're swiftly moving forward into some sort of emotional fulfillment. Either maybe it's, for example, a partnership you're currently in, right? And you cash it out. You say, listen, some things don't feel equal. I feel like I'm doing more, or I feel like I'm giving more. I'd really like to move this forward. I'd really like to shift the energy here with this Wheel of Fortune, but I'd love to stay in partnership with you. Can we look at this in a new way and bring some more fulfillment here? Can we, yeah, sleeper, cause and effect, clarity. Like you've got so much swords energy so far in your reading, so much clarity. There's something here where you're like, I'm not unaware anymore. I'm shining my light of awareness on this, and I'm completely intuitively guided to what is right for me regarding my relationships, friendships, family, anything in my life. Yeah, there really could be relationships here, Spirit showing me with this separation, energy loss, cooling, privacy, where you're like, I don't really want to drain my energy here. Like I'm seeing heavy friendships, co-workers, or family dynamics. If there's anything in your field, I see that you're understanding the cause and effect of that, the justice, cause and effect, the scales. I'm spending so much time on this toxic friendship and now I don't have time for my partner or for my passions, or I'm spending so much time with this draining family member, you know, while they trauma dump or while they, you know, try and tear me down, that it's resulting in an energy loss and I don't have time for pursuing love or for myself, or it's a causing worthiness issues within me and it's holding me back from finding love. So I'm going to really limit my interaction with this person going forward. Now, let me read you your River card there. Let's make sure everything's in the view. because you have such a strong energy of love and partnership here. It's like a dream come true, transformation, love in 2026. You literally had that card come out. So whenever you're watching this, I feel like this year is very auspicious for love for you. Oh my gosh, it says moment of abundance, your dreams are on their way, and you have the 10 of Pentacles. This is a moment of expansion and prosperity. The work you've done in your daily life as well as your spiritual world, Celine, spiritual progress, connection to source, so that internal work is transforming your inner self. This means the gray clouds are passing and everything will start to bloom around you soon. It's time to start receiving your rewards and blessings by shifting your focus from what you lack to what you now have. Yeah, there's a lot here about that. What are the dominant emotions that run my life? How do you fill your day? Stress or joy, trust or anger, anxiety or peace, cause and effect, clarity. Is that how you want to spend your time and your energy, or do you need to take pause here and assess? This is a moment of integration where you see all of the parts of yourself as a whole. Oh, I love that because we have the 3 readings here. You are not only good, you are not only bad, you are complex and a beautiful human being. You are not more or less than anyone else, and this realization will help you live in tune with everything and everyone around you. You can see yourself reflected in others and feel connected. You are opening up your mind to new possibilities, and with that, there is a world of opportunities manifesting in front of you. Feel blessed because you're entering a time of renewal and creative expansion. Your flowing projects expanding, being prosperous, and experiencing a mindset of abundance. Okay, we did ask about that in your career and financial part too, and then you did get the 10 of Pentacles in here regarding relationships. So a lot of your abundance is coming in through your relationships, through your connections, through your friendships. You have the Scholar coming up again. This could be someone that you meet in a new job, connections that you make in the study of whatever it is that you're pursuing, this new creative passion. Now you do have this voyage card. Some of you could be traveling or taking some sort of trip, or having, of course, just an internal voyage. Let's get a little bit more clarity here. Show us more alignment. Okay, you can do hard things. So card 23, that came up also before with the, moving past fear. And let's get a little bit more tarot here. Show us more specifics for their relationships, connections, friendships, love. Yeah, things are becoming more fair. They keep highlighting that Justice card for me. And if things have been stagnant, they're going to be moving forward. It's going to feel more abundant and more prosperous, but it's coming from either you or someone else's change in perspective and change in approaching something. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like things move forward in a way that kind of allows things to break free. Show us more for group 3 for relationships. Oops, I did see that one. And one more, please. So they're highlighting something that's been feeling stuck. Like if you've been in a relationship or a connection, or if your love life's been feeling just not moving forward, they keep showing me this Chariot card. Things are going to be breaking out and breaking free and feeling much more abundant. And then now they're highlighting for me this alignment card. You can do hard things. So this could be reaching out to someone, having a challenging conversation, like I said, about relationships that you need to really manage your energy more productively. This could be reaching out to someone who's been on your mind, having hard conversations about with your partner about, energy, give and take, reciprocation. Where do things stand? Are they moving forward? There's your other card there. Okay, so the first one was the Ace of Swords. You have so much swords. This clarity. Look at this beautiful parrot. you have so much clarity and you know exactly what to do and you know your truth. It's come up in every one of your piles. So in your relationship, I feel like you're seeing something in a way, especially with the hanged one there, the perspective that you haven't before. So this could be a friend that you're like, wow, you know what? This person's really been there for me. I might want to pursue love with them. Or this could be, wow, these people really are draining my energy. I need to limit my interaction with that. Or this could be, wow, my partner has really always been there for me and I don't think I give them enough credit. Or we want to start a family. Where did I see that? There was something here. Oh, the rocking horse. You know, there's something happening in your relationships where you have some sort of new perspective on something because you have perspective and ace of swords. So that's like fresh clarity, seeing something completely different, and it allows things to move forward. The Hierophant, ooh, okay. I mean, we did have the Cinderella thing, the love, the bicycle, the other love. Look at this. This is literally like someone standing at the front of a church or a ceremony with that book, you know, that they read the vows out of. Look at the two keys intertwining. This could, of course, have to do with spirituality. You have Selene here, spiritual progression, divine guidance, connection to source. But Hierophant is in a relationship reading, typically has to do with marriage, connection, long term commitment. So there's your answer. If you're either with someone or you meet someone, there's a strong possibility for a long life connection and commitment here. Some sort of clarity bringing you to that decision. Really, really cool reading. I love all of this wonderful information that we got for you beautiful sunflower group here in your group one. I hope that you enjoyed your reading and I hope it brought you a feeling of empowerment and clarity. If any of the other groups called to you, you are more than welcome to check them out. Thank you for spending your time and making this connection with me here. If I do see you in another group, I will see you shortly. And if not, it'll be in another reading on another day. Bye. Hi, group two. We have your three groups here. So I'm going to go ahead and set up. So this is your overall personal transformation and growth. This one is your career. So we're going to group it next here. And so these will be over to the side here while we read. Okay, so let's begin with your first part of your reading about what is the universe planning next for you. Obviously, you're co-creating together with the universe. First of all, you had the butterfly card with the rose quartz. So could be big transformation energy here on your next chapter. But let's find out. So first you had up here card 25, the Edmund Star, conviction, and red jasper. So becoming really clear on your beliefs, your stance, or your position in something that's important to you. Oh, you have surrender your addictions. If you're addicted to substances, food, people, overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. Really big with this transformation energy here. Releasing things. That's like the death card. Release and rebirth. Cleansing. Oh my gosh. I love this for you. Moon rise. Yes. You are becoming renewed, reborn, having a rebirth. You are just cleaning house, completely transforming things that are just like not the vibe, not the energy, not moving forward with you on your path. Actually, let me just further aid in this with the selenite wand. Any extra, maybe work with selenite. Nice. Okay, yeah, that feels good. That feels good. That feels good. Let's continue. Nature, returning to your true nature. This could also be returning to nature. Maybe you've just become so caught up in like the grind, the hustle, the world, there's things, there's overstimulation, and you're just kind of like earth, you know, like I see you falling on your knees, putting your hands in the sand, in the dirt, in the mud, grounding, breathing in the fresh air, being near water, allowing the sun to fall on your skin in healthy doses. But more, it's returning to your, it's that for sure, because that is your true nature, right? Because we are one with nature. But it's returning to your true nature where you feel yourself again. You feel maybe like that inner child coming, out. Okay, so your spirit guide card says, if you are noticing changes within you, it's because you are leaving the old version of yourself behind. You are elevating and shedding unnecessary layers. Old cycles are ending and new beginnings are on the horizon. You deserve this new chapter. Wow, I got chills. Like, you have the butterfly, you have surrender addictions, you have cleansing, and then you got this card literally acknowledging all that from your spirit team. Oh my gosh, I love that for you. Let me move this one down here. Okay, next you got the hair. Ooh, the air. What did I say? The hair? The air. Unseen potential, and it says hesitation. Oh, I love that. So when you think about what an heir or an heiress is, that's somebody who something's passed down to. See this crown, like the heir to the throne. So there could be something that you feel like either was passed down to you that you're hesitant about. Like maybe you're like, I don't know if I want to follow in these footsteps, or something that you're like, I don't know if I can fill these shoes. Maybe something's being passed down to you, like a legacy or a business or some sort of responsibility, but it says unseen potential. So I wonder if this is you stepping into your spiritual shoes, so to speak, being like, wow, like I really do have a lot of empowerment and leadership that maybe I haven't really been fully utilizing. Let's explore that more with your tarot. And your rune is, I'm going to say this wrong, Kano? Kano? Energy, positivity, rapport, knowledge, and it actually says lust. So this could be that passion for life or that like desire for something. Positivity, rapport, knowledge, energy. Okay. Kano. I think that's Kano. All right, let's get into your tarot here. The universe, a spirit, whatever you want to call it, for your next chapter, what the next plan for you is. 5 of Swords. Great. Some hostility and conflict. But hey, I actually like this for you in this case, because look at the baddie energy, right? And on this on this figure here, and you have conviction. So look at her steadfast expression on her face. She's like, I don't play. Like, you could try me. You could try me, but I got a sword too, right? So sometimes the 5 of Swords is actually people challenging you or competing with you or trying to tear you down or trying to come at you, but it's making you stronger. It's making you stronger. It's making you surer in your convictions. So I actually love the energy of that 5 of Swords card for you. Like, she's got on a beautiful dress with the slit. She's got her hands on her hips. Like, try me. Try me. And I love that paired with the conviction card. Now, that could even be your addictions coming at you, right? If there's something that you've been trying to break free of, some attachment, maybe social media, maybe certain substances, maybe just unhealthy lifestyle or overworking, like it says, or perfectionism, or a lot. We can be addicted to wanting to be right, having the last word, people pleasing. We can be addicted to trying to serve other people and put other people ahead of us. I feel like whatever it is in your personal world here, this next chapter is you have your sword of clarity and you're like, listen, I know exactly where I'm going. I am firm in my convictions. And even if every single one of my demons, of my internal triggers, of my internal attachments tries to come at me, I am prepared and I am not going to back down. Wow, like huge transformation energy here. Your next card, oh, it was the death card. See, I knew when I said that earlier that it was going to come up because your girl's a little bit psychic, right? That's why we're here. So Spirit showed me this death card, exactly the energy that I'm seeing here. Death and rebirth. You're releasing, you're transforming. Look, she has wildflowers growing out of the skeleton here. Oh my gosh, you guys are, this is serious Phoenix from the Ashes energy. Oh, the moon, Celine becoming enough to play. I feel like you are channeling your inner moon goddess. You are becoming so in tune and aligned with your inner world. No more are you going to be led by external voices, external influences, or pressure. You are completely pulling all of your energy inward, and you're realizing that look what trying to drive your boat with everybody else's GPS direction. I don't know why I said boat, but maybe boat or car. Trying to steer your life with everyone else's input and GPS directions gets you spun in circles, anxiety, addictions, pulling yourself in ways that are unhealthy, draining yourself. But your spirit guide card, you are leaving that old version of yourself behind. You are elevating. You are shedding unnecessary layers. You are ending old cycles, and you deserve this new chapter. You are returning to yourself, Moon. I love this tarot deck, by the way. Queen of Cups. Of course you got the Queen of Cups. Look at her. Of course you got the Queen of Cups. This is not gender specific. Obviously, this just happens to be a lovely lady's tarot deck. But the Queen of Cups energy, you are so, with the moon, you are so emotionally tuned in, tapped in, turned on to what fulfills you, to what is serving you, to what you are in pursuit of in your life, what allows you to thrive, what allows you to grow. And you are completely shifting your attention from anything that is not that. Anything that is not that has got to go. And you got, oh yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. Remember that first card. And you're working hard at something. You are starting to invest in something. Look, she's got a hammer and a nail here. You are building, I believe, yourself back up. This could have been after a period of heartbreak or grief. Maybe you were in Three of Swords energy. Maybe you were under attack. For something with this Five of Swords energy, maybe people were coming at you, competing with you, trying to tear you down. You are rebuilding yourself, or maybe you had a trauma, right? Traumatic childhood, traumatic relationships, where you have to rebuild yourself. Eight of Pentacles. Brick by brick, pentacle by pentacle, food by food, walk by walk, meditation by meditation, journaling by journaling. You're putting yourself back together and into the truest expression of your true divine nature, who you really came here to be, who you really are, under all the wounds, under all the projections, under all the limiting beliefs. Who you are is an eternal soul. Yeah, I love that you got this positivity, rapport, knowledge, energy. And I love that lust word. Lust for life is what I'm hearing. Now, with this air card, there's something here that you're stepping into. There may be a crown that you kind of don't see right now. Maybe it's something, it's literally like the caterpillar not realizing that they're the cocoon, not realizing they're in the cocoon and they're going to be the butterfly. If you showed the caterpillar or the butterfly flying by and said, oh, this is going to be you, it would feel like, well, those shoes are too big to fill. That's a crown I cannot wear. First of all, I don't have wings and I can't fly, right? Like, it's such a miraculous transformation. So that caterpillar would not see its potential and it would have hesitation. That's why you got this air card. So I feel like there's something that this transformational shift leads you into. It allows you to put on a crown of something else, whether that's your passion, your purpose, a new relationship, shifting your life in some way, just a feeling that you have inside of you. So really powerful energy to begin. I totally get the vibe here. I'm sure you can too. It was very clear. So we're going to go ahead and step into your passions, careers, finances, your whatever just lights you up in your day, and how your income and abundance is going to flow to you. And so I'm going to clear this spread and get that one out on the table. All right, our beautiful group 2 butterfly pile. We're moving on into your career passions, part of your reading, your financial life. So let's see what cards came out for you here. Of course, you had transition, card 13, moon, because you had that moon card, you had the death card, which is card 13, and calcite with, of course, look at that, a beautiful butterfly on it. You have so many beautiful synchronicities here. Then you have surrender to your intuition. There's the moon again. Tune into your inner voice. Be aware of any gut feelings, flashes, knowings, or aha moments that come through to guide you. So you're in a period of transition in terms of what you spend most of your time with in the day. That could be career, work, passion, some sort of passion project, hobby, how you make your money or your income. The moon's reflection, accept responsibility coming up. Okay. And get curious. All right, so you are on a little bit of an adventure here because you're in a transition time. So, what lights you up? What is interesting to you? What are you feeling called to? The creator. Wow. I love that. You're really starting something new. This is like Fool energy. You're starting onto something new, and I feel like it's something that's much more creatively aligned. For you, you could be growing out of that cocoon energy, maybe the workplace or the passion or the career or the daily routine that you have. You feel like you're growing out of it. It might be becoming a bit too tight and stifling. It's maybe you got growth from it, right? Because that's how the butterfly gets its wings, is it pushes against that constraint of the cocoon, and it allows itself to build the strength in order to use its wings. So, but whatever it is, I feel like you're stepping into something new. You have that transition card. That's very strong there on the table. Okay, message from your spirit guide says, if a door doesn't open, don't waste your energy trying to make it open. It's closed for a reason. You're being redirected to something far bigger and better, and endings are part of this cycle. They make way for wonderful new beginnings and opportunities. Okay, so that paired with the transition card and the accept responsibility card, there could be something that you just have to be like, okay, this is ending. I applied here, it didn't go well. I lost my job here, or I was released, or they were downsizing, or something happened, and I'm at this door is now closed, or I've been applying for jobs and it doesn't seem like anything's happening. These doors are closed for a reason. Don't waste your energy trying to make it open. So if spirit is saying no to something, or like this is not serving you, redirect yourself, get curious about what you can create. I'll give you a great example. That's how I started this channel. I also have another channel. This was something that started in the past 2 years because I felt called to this, but I was working a 9 to 5 corporate job my whole life. I was in the same, field. And I couldn't figure out a way to be able to pay my bills and everything, right? And make that transition. But they were downsizing and my job was made redundant. And I was like, wow, what an opportunity. Let me get curious and see what I can create here. And I meditated on it and I spoke to my guides, and they showed me that this could be something that I could do that used my spiritual gifts that I was passionate about, that made me want to get out of bed in the morning, and I was excited. And that would bring an income flow. And even though I was kind of skeptical, to be honest, and it doesn't happen right away. It didn't happen in month one, but it was something that I was able to build. So I feel like there's something that a door's closing for you like that, similar to that story I just told you, where spirit's like, get creative. What can you create here with this Ace of Wands on this card, with this magician energy? What can you make of this, right? Next you have, oh yeah, we saw this, the crow coming out here. The spy master, there's a key at the top, the crow in an open palm here. Knowledge, and then the shadow element is distrust. So this is, again, didn't you have knowledge in your group 1 too? Yeah, you did on one of your cards there. There's something that, because crows are very magical animals there, right? They have a connection to spirit. I feel like there's possibly something in your career or a person or on your path with creating your abundance where it feels not right to you. You have a distrust of this person, place, thing, or space, and you have this surrender to your intuition, right? It says, beware of any gut feelings, flashes, or knowings that come through to guide you. Spy master, knowledge. So even if it doesn't make sense to other people, it doesn't have to make sense. It only has to make sense to you. For example, if you feel like I need to leave this company or career, even though there's no clear reason, you don't know what's coming down the track, right? But your guides do. The universe does, source does. So that could be you being directed to something bigger and better because that company is going to collapse, or you're going to get a new boss, or it's going to be restructured and it's no longer going to be a positive, healthy environment for you. And so that's why you're getting those nudges. So if there's someone or something or a contract or something seems to be like, looks on paper okay, but you have an internal distrust about it, I would trust your gut feeling about that. Anything regarding finances or your career where something seems off and your inner wisdom is telling you otherwise, I would heed that gut instinct, because you have two cards saying that. Oh my gosh, you have Manas. What a beautiful card. Progress, future, changes, movement, trust. So this new career, this whatever you're transitioning here, you're clearly having a change. I'm certain you would probably be aware of it, or it'll be coming up shortly. It's definitely something wanted. It could be within what you're doing, like a promotion, or you take over a different area of that business or company. This could be completely starting on your own. This could be something that you're already working on, developing a new, branch of it, or a new aspect of it. There's something here that it's saying, get curious, get creative, because there's opportunity here for transition. There's opportunity for something far bigger and better. There's something that your intuition is calling you towards that is going to plan for your future, give you evolution, progress, and expansion in this. And it says trust. So if something seems a bit off, trust that you're being directed to something bigger and better. If something seems like a bit unexpected, like when I was given that news, I still remember the Zoom call. They were like, "Oh, we're making your position redundant." I'm like, "Excuse me?" Like, I've been doing this for like my whole career. And I just trusted. I remember just feeling this sense of like, mild concern, like, how am I going to pay my bills? But also like, this is the moment. This is the breakthrough I've been waiting for, because I was happy, but it wasn't really aligned with me, right? So you may be feeling like that cocoon doesn't really fit you anymore, right? So trust that if a door closes, there's a reason, because it's bringing you to something bigger and better, to progress and to building your future. Now let's get into your tarot here. We have your oracle out here on the table. Let me make some more room. Okay, first card out for you for career and finances, Four of Swords. Oh my gosh, I love that for you. So you're going to have a period of rest and restoration where you can regroup. Maybe you've been really grinding at something, or at a certain job, at a certain career. There's going to be some period with this transition of respite. Maybe you can take a vacation. Maybe you can take some time off in this next chapter. Maybe you get a package or severance or retirement where you're like, "Oh my gosh, I can finally chill on my bed," like she is, and just take a breath. I can maybe reset my life, clean out my house, relook at my routines, get my workout plan, my eating, like my self-care back, because that's really Four of Swords energy, like that self-care. You're restoring. It's not like you're just doing nothing. It's that you're kind of resetting and regrouping after a period of overwork or stress. The Devil. Okay. So we had that come up in your overall energy with surrender your addictions. That's the Devil energy. What do you have an attachment to that is asking for you to look at? Is there something that you could be set free of, that you could release yourself from? This could be toxic work environment, right? Because now we're in the career part of this. So where is that attachment and addiction showing up in your career? Is it overspending? Is it being too financially frugal and not investing in aspects, holding too tight, Four of Pentacles to something? Maybe you need to invest in your career, invest in some sort of education or some sort of equipment in order to expand your platform or your passions. But you're like, "No, I'm addicted to saving. I'm addicted to making sure I have that security in that way, and I don't want to let go of this." Maybe you're overspending. Maybe you're addicted to overworking. Maybe you're addicted to negative thinking, right? Whatever it is, that it'll be personal for each of you because it's a general reading, but there's something that's affecting your finance and your career that you finally release and are able to get a handle on here, because you have progress, changes, movement. It could be like a really toxic work environment or toxic coworker, or just an environment where you don't feel that growth, and but you feel attached to it, right? Maybe it's your coworkers, you don't want to leave them, but it's a really underpaying job and you have other opportunities, but you don't want to let these people down, right? Because it's like your work family. Or maybe it's the promise of some sort of future career and that the money will be really good, or promotion, and you're like, "Oh, I really should leave this toxic environment," but they keep dangling this carrot, and I just feel like attached to this because I've already invested so much. There's something that you're releasing. I'm actually going to clarify that, Devil. Seven of Wands. Okay, here we go. So you're holding your ground on something. Your confidence is building in something, and you're not afraid to stand up and go after what you want, even if people try to knock you off your stability. Even if this devil energy tries to come at you and be like, what are you trying to do? Start something for yourself. What are you trying to do? You don't know what you're doing. This is challenge, competition, a little bit of poking, at your position and at your stability in something to see if you'll falter. Ooh, Ace of Wands. Okay, you have Seven of Wands with the Ace of Wands. So you got a fresh new idea here. You have some sort of fresh passion, fresh action. You feel motivated. You feel excited to go after something. Let's get a little bit more of that tarot. Can you please clarify the devil? In what aspect is this regard? Oops, that's way too many. In what aspect is this affecting their finance, career, passions? How is the devil affecting their finance, career, or passions? Yeah, they highlighted for me this accept responsibility card. So there could be something here that you're like, I'm contributing this to this too. I have to accept that. I'm either engaging with it, or I'm staying in a toxic environment, or I'm allowing it to control me, or I'm allowing it to keep me bound to something. But show us more, please. Yeah, with that distrust they're showing me. This could be a distrustful individual. Clarify the devil, and what aspect is it affecting? Yeah, I see that. Okay, so it's limiting your Three of Wands, sorry. It's limiting your ability to move forward, okay? So we see that. That's usually what the devil means. You're attached to something. So the Three of Wands is seeing progress towards some sort of brighter future, right? So there could be some behavior spirit showing me that's keeping you attached to it. For example, you're doom scrolling at night. It could be as simple as that. And you have some sort of side hobby or secondary income that you've got an intuitive nudge from, download from spirit. Hey, this would be a great side hustle. Write this book, or this is where your career is progressing to. Start this company, start this platform, da 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 da. But you're doom scrolling, you're exhausting yourself, you're, staying out late or staying up late, and it's preventing, you're attached to that behavior, and it's preventing your sleep, it's preventing your motivation, and it's preventing you from moving forward and having positive movement forward. So there's something that you need to release because it's what's keeping you stuck from moving forward with this new action or this new opportunity. I know, easier said than done, right? Just release it. Why are you holding on to it? Just release it. But Spirit always shows me when I say that, when you take a hot dish out of the oven or like off the stove and it burns your hand, like it's not good for you. It's causing you harm. What do? You release it. So they're like, sometimes it is as simple as that, as just saying like, wow, this is bad for me. I've got to stop this, and putting other things in place, like either getting an oven mitt, right? So you're protected from that, from that pain, or putting other methods in place, like moving your phone across the room if that's what it is, or not having certain things in the house if that's what it is, or blocking certain people if they keep kind of coming in and draining your life. This could be like a toxic relationship that keeps just spinning you, and you're like, wow, like I could have got so much done this year with my career, with my business, but I keep allowing this person to charm me, to take my energy, to love bomb me, and then I got all wrapped up on that, wrapped up in them and texting and calling, and they're kind of like monopolizing my time, and then they just drop me, or then they ghost me, right? Or then it goes nowhere. There's something, whatever it is to you, that is delaying your progress, and Spirit's saying, if you can get a handle on that, if you can release that, you're going to make progress forward to this new thing, because it's transition time, and now is the time to act on this new idea, because it's going to be very financially lucrative. Can you clarify the Seven of Wands? In what regard do they need to hold their position? Clarify the Seven of Wands. King of Pentacles. Ooh, okay. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense. So this is going to be very abundant. This is going to bring you a lot of money. So if you're being challenged on something, this could be someone saying like, why are you going to go back to school for that? That, what a waste of time. You're never going to make money on that. You're going backwards, you're going to waste time. You're already in this career. Just stick with that. Hold your position. Stay confident. You know what you're doing. It's okay if you're being challenged. You know that you have this new action. It's an inspired idea, right? It's going to move you forward. Three of Wands. It's going to allow you more rest and relaxation. So if you don't let the naysayers get in your head and stop you from pursuing this, it brings King of Pentacle energies. It brings legacy, it brings financial stability, it brings long-term wealth, growth, and abundance and stability. So this is huge for you, pile two. This isn't like a small potatoes type of thing. Your career, financial, passion reading is quite transformational. You're literally moving from something that is no longer serving you, that you've grown out of. You're having a big change or transition, and it's moving you into something that will be very financially lucrative, abundant, and satisfying. But there is an attachment or a temptation that you need to walk away from. Listen to your intuition, listen to your gut. Get curious about what's going on, accept responsibility wherever you need to so that you can close off, loose ends, cross your T's and dot your I's type of thing. But all of the energy is going towards creatorship, towards creating something that's evolving and expanding. Any closed doors are closing for a reason, because something bigger and better is coming here, King of Pentacles. So really, really clear, positive reading. We're going to move on to your relationships, love, friendships, family dynamics next. So let me clear this spread for you and I'll be right back. All right, group two, we're back with the final part of your reading: relationships, connections, friendship, family. We're going to also get charms for this portion. Okay, so we have here a four-leaf clover coming out. So something could be very lucky or serendipitous occurring here in your relationships. The music note, so that's showing to me harmony. You could also be musically inclined. The butterfly, of course, because your butterfly is your main card. So something's transforming here, showing expansion and growth. Two butterflies. Okay, so that's partnership. So if you're look at that, they're exactly the same. So if you're looking for partnership, there's some sort of meeting your match energy here. You got the glasses, so seeing something clearly, seeing something from a new perspective, or perhaps you or your person wears glasses, and another, well, not another, that's your only heart there. So definitely love showing up here, partnership and transformation, as well as some sort of serendipitous energy. So we're looking at your relationships and connections right now and what spirit or the universe has planned next for you regarding that. You have card 32, Desert Jasper Vesta with Resolve. Okay, so this could be something that you feel resolved to do, or even some sort of solution or resolution coming through here. You have, surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Oh, wow, I got goosebumps on that card. That's quite powerful. Let me put these over here. Surrender to inner peace. Cultivate inner peace on a daily basis in quiet meditative moments. Focus on the stillness within you and enjoy this inner refuge. Others will feel your good vibes too, and your life will flow more easily. Wow. And celebration. Oh my gosh, moon dance. Okay. So something to celebrate here. This is two people dancing, and look at the music notes. These people on the sides are playing saxophones, and there's music notes, and you had the music note charm come out. So some reason to celebrate maybe your musical or this person is that you're meeting. This could be an engagement. It's looking like a party, a marriage, something like this, a wedding, something to celebrate. Let me pull this one down to balance out. What else? Reclaim. Oh, I love reclaim. That's very similar to resolve. Reclaim and resolve. So I wonder if this is someone from your past or if this is a connection you're currently in. Maybe someone coming back around and being like, hey, can we resolve this? Can we, reclaim and get back what we had and have a reason to celebrate? Or this could be your belief in love. Maybe you're like, I kind of gave up on love. I had painful relationships. I had a painful divorce or whatever it is. You reclaim your place within that energy. But let's get more here. So you have one spirit guide card saying, if you feel somewhat confused by the events unfolding around you and the seemingly contradictory information, trust your instincts. Do what they're telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction you want your life to take. Okay. So there's some energy here of maybe confusion because you have this resolve, reclaim, surrender to inner peace. So it could be that something's bothering you, like maybe someone's ghosted you, or maybe your relationship that you're currently in is not going how you expected, or maybe you're struggling to meet your person and you've been, kind of down that dating rabbit hole. This one says, you are doing your best and that is enough. Any difficulties you face will not last forever. So release the thoughts and feelings that don't feel good and focus all your energy on love, happiness, your hopes, and dreams. All right, what else is coming out here for relationships? The miser, stubbornness and flexibility. Now, this could be you or somebody else. You might be like, I know who that is. I know exactly who that is. You got a lot of runes here. Okay, let's see what runes came out here. Oh, Othala, property, heritage, dwellings, mountains to climb. Okay, so this could be maybe something to do with your living situation. And in was potential freedom, conclusion, consequence. Okay, you had that come up in your main one too. It wasn't the same rune, but there was cause and effect there. That came out in this deck. Are we running out of rune here? We have in was potential freedom, conclusion, consequence. Okay, so maybe something's coming to a conclusion. Maybe you're getting your freedom back. This could be a separation, a relationship ending. It's some sort of celebration. Maybe you're having like a divorce celebration or something. Only take what resonates. And you also have dwellings. So that could be, and like mountains to climb, having to do with property. That could be having some sort of conclusion with who's going to live where, selling your place, moving out on your own, ending a difficult relationship, and finally starting afresh, because you do have this miser. Stubbornness and flexibility, so this could be representing someone, and you also have any difficulties you're facing will not last forever, and if you're feeling confused by the events unfolding around you, so there it is indicating that you could be in the midst of something that you're like, I don't really know how this is going to go, I don't really understand everything that's going on here, but let's find out what's coming your way. Lagus, emotions, psychic, feminine, dreams, intuition. Okay, so you already had that come out strong with the moon card. Okay, so you're tuning back into yourself. You're reclaiming your sense of inner power here. And I feel like you're very focused on on regaining your inner peace, on finding reasons to celebrate again. I'm actually going to switch these because I feel like this is past energy here with whoever this miser is, stubbornness and flexibility. And you're moving into this celebration, abundant energy, into this inner peace. That's what we want to get to, but you could be going through a difficult time right now, and Spirit's just acknowledging that. Okay, show us for group 2, all about relationships, friendships, connections, because this could also have to do with, right, friendships, work connections. Apply it to whatever it makes sense for you. If you're in a very healthy, happy, romantic relationship, this could be about family, friends, work connections. So first we have, I just want to make sure I had those. Yeah, so that is reverse. So 4 of Wands in reverse coming out there. So there's some sort of celebration or stability that was delayed. or that was reversed. So that's so interesting because you had the celebration card upright. The Four of Wands is sometimes like marriage or engagement. So maybe there's some unclarity about that. Maybe that's what's somewhat confusing. We'll get that clarified because then you have this bigger moon card coming out here with celebration again. The Hermit, okay, so Virgo energy coming up here. So you could be going back inwards. You could be feeling like you've been very alone and very on your own and wanting to come back out and socialize. Page of Wands, okay, wonderful. You're ready to take action. You're ready to get curious and explore something here, maybe after a time of being isolated. Maybe like this could be like your engagement ended, you know what I mean? And you took some time to, or your marriage ended and you took some time to regroup, to go within, to heal, to regain your feminine energy, that dreams, intuition, that connection with divine feminine. And now you're feeling like brighter prospects. Page of Wands, you know what? I want to get back out there. I want to do this again. I want to try again, or I want to try again with this person, even possibly, right? Because it does have resolve and reclaim, which kind of indicates going back to something, even if it's just a state of being. But I think more you're concerned about your inner peace. Obviously, I'm only talking about going back to something you want to go back to. Oh, the World. Okay, so something becomes very successful. Something completes. It's a happy ending. It's a success. You feel you got the recognition, you got the reward. It went how you want. So I wonder if this Four of Wands like feels temporarily delayed, because it says if things are confusing right now, trust your instincts are telling you, and it won't last forever. So there might be like a period of confusion regarding something in your love life here, but let's get more information about that. Can you give us clarity or insight into how this is going to unfold? Clarify the celebration and the Four of Wands in reverse. Why is the Four of Wands in reverse? Why is the Four of Wands in reverse? Yeah, because you thought you were going to build stability somewhere, but it's in reverse. So why are you not? And then you go into the Hermit. Four of Pentacles. That's the Miser. So you or someone else is holding too tightly to something, clinging to something, not wanting to let it go. That could be money, that could be energy, that could be time. That's just a lack of generous spirit, right? Someone being like, I'm going to take more than I'm giving, or I'm going to hold on to everything I have because I'm afraid of losing it. So you've got the Four of Pentacles to clarify the Four of Wands. Oh, okay. So it was in reverse because someone didn't want to let go of something, or they were holding too tightly to something. So some sort of stability or celebration couldn't continue or couldn't thrive. I wonder if that's you or someone else. Only you'll know. Clarify the celebration card, please. Is this something new, or because it says reclaim and resolve? Queen, and you got the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands. Didn't you? Was that you? Someone else got that exact split, I think, in group 1. So you take action. Yeah, there's the sunflowers here also, which is group 1. I wonder if you have messages there. So you take some sort of new action on something, or there's some sort of youthful energy here, like a curious, positive, outlook on something, kind of like, let me try this again. And then it ends up becoming very fulfilled. Queen of Wands. This queen knows how to take action. She's sitting pretty on her throne. She knows how to make things happen. She knows how to go after her dreams. So we were clarifying that celebration card. So I feel like it's going to come to full manifestation. You also have the World. So if there was something that didn't go your way, either you had a divorce or an engagement was broken off, or this could be very far in the past, right? Like maybe you weren't able to build somewhere that you wanted to build. You weren't able to fully see through a celebration of something that you wanted to see through. There was some sort of clinging to something or something that couldn't be released there, some sort of scarcity. Oh, yeah, and you have to surrender your belief in scarcity. So that could have left you with a perception that love is to be feared, or love is unstable, or there is not enough of love. Maybe your person, Maybe that relationship didn't go how you wanted and you were left in disappointment. This is saying remove those blocks from your life. The universe is telling you it's infinite in its nature of abundance, and your life will be successful, the world, beyond your wildest dreams. So this energy is, don't be afraid to come out of your shell, hermit. Try again and reclaim whatever it is that you want regarding relationships. If this is a specific person, if this is a specific relationship, or if this is something new and it's just the concept of love, long-term commitment, relationships, because you've been self-isolating, but you're ready to get back out there. You're ready to release this belief in scarcity. Release this belief that things can't work out and that you can't build with someone, because you have full completion. The world, the Queen of Wands, you can manifest this. You can manifest this as you try something new again, Page of Wands. You try your hand at it again. Maybe a new relationship presents itself. You have the pair of butterflies here. You have the celebration card here. Surrendering to inner peace. There's something that didn't go how you were hoping, and it kind of left you feeling a little bit scarred or confused or hesitant to open your heart again. But then there's also potential freedom, emotions, intuition, and a lot of action and celebration energy here. So if something kind of messed with your inner peace, it's showing that you're continuing to resolve this and move through this. And you might be in a little bit of like unclear energy as it still, when you're in this next chapter, you might be sorting out, mediating things, dealing with properties, who's going to live where, dealing with someone who's a little bit stubborn or difficult to deal with, clinging to things. Maybe that has to be sorted out and kind of like those loose ends tied up. But you have some fresh new vibes that you want to invest into your love life. Page of Wands. There's some action you want to take. Is it reaching out to a specific person? Is it going on a dating app? That's like Page of Wands energy. Like, let me try my wand at this again. Let me see what happens. Let me get curious about this. Let me start to explore. Let me start to try different things. And this person's been on my mind. I only went on one date with them a couple years ago. Let me text them and see if they want to meet up for coffee just to catch up. What about so-and-so? We've always been so close. Maybe there was something that just kind of went south that you want to resolve and you want to reclaim, right? Maybe a relationship completely ended, but there's still a lot of love there and you want to reach back out to them. And you're like, you know what? I'm manifester of my reality. I'm Queen of Wands. I'm going to come out of my isolation and I'm going to make this happen, because while I was hermiting, I was focusing on my psychic intuition, my feminine energy, my dreams, and I know my intuition. I know now how to create. I know now how to allow. I know now how to release and allow something new to come in and be born from this. So whether it's something that you're navigating or something that you want to heal, or something completely fresh that you're just healing from that concept or that relationship dynamic, there's something very positive here that you're creating anew, and that's going to bring you a lot of abundance and happiness. Queen of Wands, you're going to have tons of confidence. You're going to feel very attractive and charming. That's the Queen of Wands. Everybody wants the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands stands out. They're shining, they're confident, they're laughing, they're having fun, they're enjoying life, they're free. The Queen of Wands creates whatever the Queen of Wands wants to create in her life, and she allows herself to align with things that feel good to her. And I feel like that's why you have this world celebration here. In the end, this is bringing some sort of love, either healed, mended, or completely new, that brings this pair of butterflies here. Synchronistic that your main card was the butterfly and you got the pair of butterflies. So whichever aspect that connection speaks to you in this reading, it's showing you don't disregard your intuition. Take whatever action you feel called to, because you can have whatever have whatever you want right now. That's the Queen of Wands. You can achieve whatever you want right now and bring in the celebration energy that something seemed to not go how you were hoping, and it's going to come to full completion, and you're going to reclaim your place, reclaim your throne, reclaim your crown, reclaim your confidence and your empowerment and your inner peace. And however that shows up for you in love and relationships, it's very, very positive outcome here as you move through this kind of closing the chapter on whatever that was from the past that was emotionally unfulfilling or wasn't something to that you felt you could build on. You can start fresh now in this next chapter, and you're very attractive and you're very magnetic. So it's like a really auspicious time to focus your eye on who, what, how you want your love life to look, your relationships, your friendships, any connections in your life to look, and be the leader in that aspect in your life. Start from the inside in your beliefs about abundance, about love. Really, really cool reading. Thank you so much. We got into so much goodies there. Thank you so much for being here and spending this time with me. All of the best on your journey in this next chapter of with this universe. This is plan for you unfolding here. Of course, you have free will, so take what resonates and leave the rest. If any other group called to you, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, I'll see you in another reading on another day. Bye. Hello, group threes, and welcome to your reading all about what is the universe's plan for you next. God, source, your higher self, whatever you resonate with. You chose this card with the mason jar and the peacock feather. So I don't know why I feel like that, but one or both of those is very meaningful for you because it's kind of an unusual combination, and the Amazonite. So we're starting your reading. The first category we're looking at, we're going to get into all three categories. I have both of your pre-selected piles over here for career, finance, and love and relationships. And right now we're looking at your overall personal energy surrounding you and what is next for you. What is unfolding? What is your next chapter about? First out, card 8, ocean tides, justice, karma, cosmic protection. So things are coming into balance and wrongs are being righted. If you felt lack in anything, abundance is coming in. The scales are tipping, the wheel is turning. If the tide was out, the tide is coming back in for you, okay? The rune that you got. I don't know how to say this. Oh, this is, we got this in another group. This was Isa. Isa, I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. It's static, energy loss, cooling, separation, focus, or privacy. So this is like, I always get like a hermit energy when I get this, that kind of like regrouping, reassessing, maybe taking some space from something, from toxic or dramatic or draining situations, reassessing and seeing how you feel after some clarity. Ooh, deeper than before. Okay, this is about really tuning into your inner world, your spiritual world, and allowing any challenges or things that kind of caused turmoil within you to allow you to dive as deep as you can, deeper than you ever have before, into the truest soul's expression, your true authenticity, your truth. This is awakening energy. You also got, oh my gosh, you got, this is a dual card. It has freedom on one side and trapped on the other side, and you got freedom. Look at this person here is trapped inside of this kind of like water globe. Freedom came out for you. Now, I wonder, because you have this cooling, separation, focus, privacy, energy loss, with this, you're regrouping and you're going deeper than before, and you also have this justice, karma, cosmic protection. So it's like you're coming out of something that I feel like was rather stormy or challenging, or kind of upset your energy, whatever that was, and you're coming out stronger than before. You're diving deeper than before emotionally. You have this a lot of this emotional watery energy here in this card, the deeper than before, and the ocean tides. Ooh, you got the assassin. I knew someone was going to get this because my guides told me. I was like, who's going to get the assassin? Ruthless and conviction. Now, I believe conviction also came out in pile 1 in a completely different deck, so that could be you. This is like no holds barred. You're going after your truth. You're kind of, it's a little bit of rebellious energy where you're so strong in your conviction, almost like a 7 of Wands, where you're like, test me, challenge me, because I'm really confident in my position, and I'm no more Mr. Nice Guy. Now, of course, you're going to act with integrity. You're going to act with the highest good for all, or else you wouldn't be here, because you're obviously spiritually in tune and you're searching after spiritual truths. But the assassin, that ruthlessness and that conviction is kind of like, you know what? Enough. No more people pleasing. No more over giving of my energy. No more masking, trying to fit in other people's roles or projections of me. I'm going after my clarity. I'm going after my bliss. I'm going after my happy. I'm going after my authenticity. And I'm not going to let anybody try to keep me in a cage, keep me trapped. I'm not going to let anybody keep me trapped. You're freeing yourself. If you were caged or trapped in a projection or in some sort of healthy situation, you would have to have that assassin, ruthless energy, right? You're going to have to be like, listen, I got to get out of this, and I got to go after my joy. I got to go after what's true for me. So you're going to have a really clear, convicted, sword like energy, right? To cut through any bull and to cut any attachments or chains or bondage off of you. You also got I don't know how to say this, the masquerade, hiding your true self projection. That's what I said. Any masks coming off. Okay. So, wow, you're getting real clear. This next chapter, masks are coming off. Gloves are coming off, masks are coming off. Clear your energy. Wow, that's powerful after getting this Justice Karma Cosmic Protection card. So you gone through, so that's why you're going through this Esau energy. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Esau? Isa? I think it's Esau. Cooling, separation, focus, privacy. You're regrouping, you're re-clearing your energy, you're readjusting and recalibrating. Okay, let's go into your tarot here. So let me line it up on the bottom for you guys. Every spread is different, so I kind of have to make sure that we've got it all in view for you. So first out for your tarot here. Seven of Wands. Okay, I said that. I said that with that conviction energy. This is somebody, maybe you really holding your position. This is actually my favorite Seven of Wands card. She's sitting cross-legged on this meditation pillow, tuned into her inner world. She is going deeper than before. Look, both images are very similar. Their facial expression. This is you pulling your energy back into yourself in order to recalibrate after a period of obstacles, challenges, or strife or turmoil. And now and this includes you taking off your mask and showing your true authentic self and having conviction of your beliefs, of your truth. See, now all these Seven Wands are trying to push her off her balance. So you may be feeling like you're being challenged, people are ridiculing you, people are questioning you, people are where that's on the spectrum. Oh, you can't do that. That's silly. Why would you give that up? Why don't you want to just follow in the footsteps of so and so? Why would you want to do that? You're staying rooted and you're staying trusting in your inner knowing. Okay, you also got strength. Wow, of course you would need strength. Now you have 2 8s out. You have 8 on the ocean tides and you have 8 on the strength card, if that's meaningful for you. This is you taming that inner lion, that voice inside, that finding that balance, that justice, that karma, that, okay, how much of me needs to be, fighting here, and how much of me needs to be pulling back inside, how much of me needs to be holding my position, and how much of me needs to be being cooperative. This is a lot of people don't see strength as balance, but I really see it. Like, see how half of her is the lion and half of her is the human. It's taming that, almost that beast inside of us, that ego, those voices that need to prove or please or have the last word, or whatever it is that our egoic identity can sometimes get out of control. You tame it. You find that strength, you go deeper than before inside of yourself, and you realize sometimes you don't need to fight fire with fire, right? Sometimes you can fight fire with your own inner peace, and with your own inner strength, and with your own inner position of clarity and of conviction and of steadfastness, right? So is it clear that you're being challenged by someone or something, or even your own inner beliefs, which is why you're going to have this strength activating within you? Ten of Swords. Oh my gosh, I love when we get the Ten of Swords in an energy like this. Those crows are flying away, and she is facing out a brighter horizon here. The sun is rising, and this mental conflict, the mental anguish, that's the end. It's the end of a cycle. So if you've been feeling trapped in something, if you've been feeling drained, if you've been feeling like, wow, can this cycle be over? I'm stuck in this stuck in this turmoil. It's 2:22 on the clock, by the way, as I'm filming. I'm tired of this burden. I'm tired of this war. I'm tired of this inner conflict. The crows are flying away. That is the end. You no more can be done with this situation. No more mental turmoil or conflict. You will be clearing your energy in this next phase, and anything that has been heavy or chaotic is going to be clearing from your energy field as you have this Esau energy of cooling off, separation, focus, and privacy. You're going to be allowed to pull back into yourself, go deeper than before into your self-care, allow your nervous system to re-regulate, and let karma and the universe and God or source take care of anything else. You are karmically protected, and let those scales balance out without you even having to do anything. You just need to focus on you and your authenticity and the path that's unfolding in front of you, what feels right to you. Now, next you got the Knight of Cups. Okay, so here we're showing someone coming in very romantic, wanting to sweep you off your feet. Now, this could be your energy. This could be you being like, I want to romanticize my life. I'm going to love on myself again. This could be someone else coming in. There's a picnic here. There's a letter here. This could be someone swiftly moving in and making an offer of emotional support. This could be a friend. We'll get more into this in your third section here when we get into romance, but it's showing up in your overall energy. There's some sort of suitor here or someone wanting to court you. There's red roses. There's some sort of emotional relief, emotional pouring into you and fulfillment that's on offer here. I'm going to get some more tarot. Show us more for the overall energy. What's going on in group three's personal energy, transformative energy, growth. What have they got going on in their inner world? Yeah, I see you wine and dining yourself too. If this being someone else doesn't resonate, I see you being that knight to yourself. Like, I'm going to get myself my favorite takeout. Like, you're healing, and part of that healing is you're treating yourself well. I see you buying yourself literal roses. I see you being like, well, that was a difficult time. Maybe you went through grief, heartache, some sort of difficult legal situation, some sort of it could be work related, it could be romance related, some sort of painful ending. And you're like, well, I'm stronger than before. I'm clear in my position. I'm holding my position. I'm holding my truth. And in the meantime, I am going to self-care the crap out of myself. I see you like just being that what you need emotionally for yourself, but also that could be presenting as another person. Show us, let's get 4 more cards here. Overall energy for group 3 with the peacock. Yeah, you're going to be shining again. You're going to be coming out of your shell after this period. Ooh, that one fell off the table. After this period of clearing your energy and clearing this 10 of Swords. You're going to come out of it stronger, resilient, radiant. There's the other 2. Okay. So first came out 10 of Wands. Of course you have 10 of Wands and 10 of Swords. That makes so much sense. This is done. This is over. This burden, this responsibility. You may have certain things you need to, obligations or things you need to wrap up, but no more is this going to be the only part of your life, the only focus of your life. If there's some responsibility or obligation or, burden that you still need to take care of, so be it. But she's packed up the swords in her suitcase here. She's packed everything up and she's now walking it somewhere else. Just like the 10 of Swords with the crows flying away, the 10 of Wands, your duty and obligation is wrapping up here. It's ending. It's becoming complete, and you're able to start to create that separation. That focus shifting back to yourself, that cooling off, that loss starting to just become a threshold point where you can begin to clear your energy and build back into yourself, where you're no longer having to hold it all together mentally and physically with the 10 of Swords and the 10 of Wands. There's something here where you're able to let things go and move on from things. Certain cycles are ending. It's made you stronger, and you're moving to an energy of quick moving emotional recovery, or swift moving energy of emotional satisfaction, or emotional care, like courting. I'm just saying, like you being courted, right? So that could be you, or by somebody else. Oh, 3 of Wands. You can start to move forward. What a beautiful card. What a great card to get in this energy. You can start to plan, look forward, see building brighter days. You can, where do I want to put this surfboard? What waves do I want to surf now? What waves do I want to catch? How do I want to take this situation and catch the wave of it and ride the wave of it into an improved future, into an improved outcome, into a better future for myself? How do I want to move on from this? In what way? The Magician. Okay, of course. In the way of you creating your own reality, you deciding exactly where you want to go from here. There's a lot of infinity signs here. If that's meaningful to you, it's on the Magician's. I see some of you having a tattoo or planning to get one. It's on the Magician's hood, and it's on the arm of this figure here with the strength. Okay, that could also be a counterpart here. My guides are showing me, because they both have that infinity symbol. I'm going to keep those together. So you're creating something new. You've got this 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords caused you to define what you now want, what you want instead, what you prefer. And now the next phase that you're going into, and we'll get more into in the next two sections of your reading, you're creating what you want. You're moving on. You're clear on what you want, and you're moving towards it. And 5 of Swords, yeah, exactly. You have all this Swords energy. Look at how frustrated this figure is. The crow is cawing in his ear, and he's like had enough. And then over here, he's free. Like, I'm free. The 5 of Swords, this hostility, whatever caused this 10 of Swords, this 10 of Wands, this burden, this hostility, this fighting, this conflict, this constant war with somebody, that's ending, because you have the 10 and the 10, and you're able to finally be free of that, move on from that. It's allowed you to identify your truth. You're going to stand firm in that, and it's going to allow you to go on a new path and create the life that you desire here with the Magician card. You can change this situation, and you can create something better and improved than what has been presenting, because that situation caused you to identify what you now want. And so now it's time that you move towards that. So you're going to take a little bit of a reset, right? With this cooling off period deeper than before. Clear your energy, right? It's like regroup, hermit a little bit, let the universe deal with any karma or justice. So if something was unfair, if something didn't go down how you wanted, ocean tides, what comes in must go out, what goes down must come up. So if something wasn't right, allow cosmic protection, spiritual protection, allow higher forces to deal with that. Call in your angels and guides, ask them to deal with it. You are becoming free. You are going to be taking on this period of healing, centering, recalibrating, clearing your energy, allowing all of this hostility, conflict, burden, and anxiety to leave. Actually, I'm going to put those all over there. To leave your experience, and your energy is lighting up. It made you super strong. It made you realize you can create your own reality. It made you want more emotional fulfillment and happiness for yourself, and you are moving on. 3 of Wands, creating a brighter future for yourself, and you can now not be moved. Ruthless conviction. You're no longer hiding your true self. Your authentic light is shining here. She's centered within herself, and no matter how people try to tip her off her balance, they won't. be successful. So that's your overall energy of what's going on in your next chapter. You are emerging stronger than before and clear on what it is that you want to create in your next chapter. You're also becoming free. So let's find out how that's specifically going to manifest in your finance, your career, and your passions, however you spend your day, and then into your relationships. So I'm going to clear this spread and move right into the second part. All right, lovely group 3. So we're moving right into your career, personal passions, interests, and finance portion, because some people are retired, they're focused on hobbies or passions, or we all have different ways that work looks to us. So first out for you is card 38. Oh, beautiful. Hunter's Moon, goals, driving force, ancestors, and spirit guides. Next you have 2 runes. The first one is Kano, energy, positivity, lust, rapport, and knowledge. The next one is Ansu. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong. Wisdom, apprentice, tests, inspiration, advice. Okay. So I feel like you're learning something. You've got a goal here. There's something that you're either apprenticing at, you're writing tests, you're taking exams, you're seeking advice on maybe how to get into a certain career change or a certain passion, that you have, starting some sort of platform. You have a lot of energy and you have a passion for this thing. You're building rapport, you're networking, you're building a community, building trust in your community. You have a lot of knowledge, and I feel like you're approaching this with a lot of ambition and like Sagittarius arrow, like expand, like you've got your eye on the prize, you've got goals, and you're moving towards them. You're also being guided strongly from your ancestors and spirit team at this time. There's 2 crows here and a black cat. Create some space coming up. Okay, beautiful. So let's see what that advice is all about. You also have this orator card, communication, confidence. Okay, so this could be public speaking, standing out on a platform, expressing yourself. Maybe you're writing or selling your products, or showing your gifts, starting a channel. Something that's causing you to speak out loud. Maybe you're having a promotion at work. Maybe you're presenting and people are looking at you, watching you, in a boardroom. Law of attraction, moon mastery. Okay, so you had the magician in your overall energy. So you are really at a point in your career or with your passions here that you're realizing the power of your focus, the power of your ability to create, identify, and take action towards what you want. And transformation, moon magic. Okay, very powerful here with the 2 dogs on either side of this figure, if that's meaningful for you. So you are not holding back. This is like chariot energy. You're swiftly moving towards your towards a prize here. Let me get these all up at the top here. Towards your goal. You are not only identifying exactly what you want and realizing how to manifest your desires, but you are not operating just at the level of flesh, just at the level of pentacles. You're operating at the level of spirit, intuition, transformative energy. You are, let me put these on either side and check that we're getting everything in here. You are doing what needs to be done to follow this passion. If you need to learn something, if you need to study something, if you need research, you're okay with moving through that phase in order to pursue this change that you want. You could be taking speaking lessons or public what is it? Public speaking lessons. I'm just checking your camera here. Wow, everything is in. Okay, so let's get your tarot here and get all the specifics about this. Show us for group 2's finances, how their income flows in, their career, passion, or focus point, how they spend the majority of their day. 2 of Wands. Okay, so you've got some sort of plan here. to move forward on something, and now you've had to maybe make some decisions. How do I want to invest my energy? Do I want to move forward on something? How do I want to move forward on this? Because see this figure here, she has the world at her foot. She has two wands. One is leaning against the wall and one's in her hand. She's got like a VW bus here with a surfboard. There's something here that I feel like you've kind of been pining for or hoping for or wanting to pursue or follow. And you're realizing, you know what, I can take the bull by the horns and do this. I have a goal. I can be the driving force. I can be ambitious. I can learn. I have a lust for this. I have a passion for this. I'm driven. This gives me energy. I can learn what I need to learn. I can be an apprentice if I need to. It's something that you're speaking on or you're building confidence on with this orator card. You're standing out in front of people, in front of the world on a platform, and you're communicating your gifts, your passion, your perspective, your interest. Now, I feel like this is transformative energy for you. This could be something you never imagined yourself doing before, but you're taking they keep showing me taking the bull by the horns. You're making this happen. You're taking the lead. You're taking the risk because this is something important that you want to bring into your life, especially after everything that you've been through that we talked about in your overall energy. The Lovers. Okay. So again, there's a choice here. There's partnership or some sort of connection here. Now, you also got that Knight of Wands energy in, was it Knight of Wands? Or Knight of Cups? No, Knight of Wands, right? In your opening, where that kind of like sweeping you off your feet, that wine and dine, that someone who wants to treat you special, whether it's you treating yourself special or someone else. And now you have the Lovers. So there's partnership here. There's someone, I believe, that is drawing close to you who wants to, because again, with the Two of Wands, it's kind of showing that one becoming two. Page of Cups, okay. There's that emotional investment. There's that pie in the sky. I just want to love. I just want to be open-hearted and I want to have this positive energy. You have that on this Kano card. Positivity. Page of Cups is positivity. Page of Cups is like, you know what, we got this, we can do this. So you could be starting something that feels more emotionally fulfilling than what you were previously doing. It's very apprentice energy, right? So you could be being an assistant at a job, doing an internship, starting out and just being like, listen, I don't know much here, but would you mentor me? Or could I do this part-time on the side? Or could I learn from you? Four of Wands. Okay. Cause for celebration. So there's something here that you end up, look at them. They're having a party. There's a tent. They're celebrating. They're dancing. They're moving. They're flowing. There's something here that creates stability. There's something here that allows you to build a home and a structure. Look at the Four Wands are holding up this tent, right? Four Wands, or it could be like the legs of a table. It's stability. You're creating something here, I believe, with someone else because there's partnership here with the Lovers. This could be the person that you're with now. Maybe you're starting a business with your significant other. This could be someone that you meet. This could be business partnership where you're like, you know what? Let's do this. Let's create this. Let's move forward on this. I want to put my energy into this because it really feels good to build this stability, to create something for myself, a platform for myself that I can build upon. I can create a partnership. I can create a home. Maybe this is a marriage. Maybe this is an engagement. Maybe this is some sort of celebration that this creates, having to do with your passions and your careers and your finances. Specifically, Nine of Wands. Okay, yeah, you're not going to give up on this. You're going to see this through to the end, even if you get weary, even if you're like the marathon runner, you know, at the end of the race, like, I don't know if I can keep going on. This is something that you're really going, like it says, driving force goals. You're really going to passionately pursue this and it's going to have the result that you want. I'm going to get 3 more cards for this. Show us more for finances, career, and passion for group 3. And one more, please. I heard stronger than before. So maybe this is something you tried before, or maybe you were trying it on your own. And now that you're partnering up or doing it in a way, oops, there it is. You're stronger than before. Okay, so we had the Six of Cups. Okay, so this could be someone from your past, or this could be something that's creating nostalgia within you. Maybe it's something that activates your inner child, or maybe it's something that you always wanted to do. You know, when you're young and it's like, what do you want to do when you're older? And then, you know, maybe you didn't get to do that. Maybe you had to wear a mask, you had to pick a different route, or it presented. Now you're looking back and you're like, you know what? I always wanted to pursue that path. And so I'm going to transform this whole thing and I'm going to follow this. Even if I have to start at the bottom again, I have such a fire for it. Even if I'm in a page energy where I don't know everything and I'm learning, it's so emotionally satisfying that I can't turn my back on it because I know it's going to create stability. Now you have two sixes, you have the Lovers, and you have the Six of Cups if that's meaningful for you. This could also be someone from your past, like I said, like a childhood friend or a first boyfriend, or you know, just someone you knew from your first job or something, that it's like, oh man, we work so well together, do you want to start this business together, do you want to support me on this? High Priestess. Okay, so that's having to do with this Hunter's Moon, ancestors, spirit guides, law of attraction, and create some space. So we're going to get to that in a second. And the Five of Wands, but in reverse. Okay, well, I'm happy for you to get that in reverse. So Five of Wands is competition, conflict, people challenging you, and you got it in reverse. So if you feel like, you also had that in your first part, right? With the Seven of Wands, people challenging you or trying to kind of push you off of your convictions. With the Five of Wands in reverse, it's showing, just like you had the Five of Swords, right? It's showing that type of challenge or hostility. Five of Wands isn't a bad card. It can just mean that a lot of people are vying for the same thing, or a lot of people are kind of, you know, in your energy or in your space, or causing things to be more challenging than maybe they need to be because of like a large group of people. This could be like you're leaving a workplace, for example, where it's a lot of chefs in the kitchen and you're kind of going out on your own. You're creating some space. So now let's get to that, because with the High Priestess card here, card 2, and the create some space, as well as the Two of Wands, there's some energy here that you are making some sort of choice about, like, should I go here or should I go there? Should I, you know, is the grass greener? Should I continue? There's some, you know, continue where I am or start off on my own. With the Five of Wands in reverse, I feel, and the create some space, I feel like you're literally creating space. Like you may be working from home, or you may be like leaving a busy work environment or office and starting out on your own and doing your own thing, maybe just you and another partner, or maybe just yourself, right? So that's definitely energy here. Whatever it is, your career and your income flows through your intuition. The High Priestess, it's through your spiritual here, ancestors and spirit guides, Hunter's Moon, goals, driving force, ancestors and spirit guides, High Priestess, law of attraction, wisdom. You're going within to create this. You're going within to tune into. Look at her third eye is lit up here. What would satisfy me? Page of Cups. What could I build here to make some stability? Four of Wands. What would feel like passionate pursuit of something? Nine of Wands, that I'm really going to be happy I invested in and not exhaust myself. That's not going to feel like a burden like that Ten of Wands did. That what's steady work that I can do for income that's going to create passion, that's going to be fulfilling, that's going to be, even if it's something new, that's going to be emotionally and spiritually satisfying to me. So I feel like you're creating some space to take a look at what that would be, what that passion is, what lights your heart up, but you're also creating some space energetically and physically, like maybe moving out of toxic environments, toxic workplaces, just somewhere that you don't feel like you have space to stand up, shine, be yourself, use your voice. Maybe you don't feel valued. So whatever that looks like to you, it looks like you're choosing Two of Wands and the Lovers and transformation, something else that you feel very passionate and driven towards to create this harmony between your inner world, your soul's truest authentic expression, and how can that money flow in from that. And it could have something to do with inner child, past, or nostalgic thoughts where you're like, I really loved when I did that. I went to school for that, or that was my first job, or I had a friend and we bonded over that. It could be something that calls you back to that innocence and that pureness, especially with the Page of Cups showing up there. So really interesting career finance spread here. I don't see anything major about like huge financial windfall or stability. This is more about abundance coming in from your personal satisfaction. Obviously, with the Four of Wands here, you're able to create stability. So I don't see any worry about your bills being paid or anything like that. But I do feel like it's more about the emotional satisfaction here, and it's more about getting into a space and place and around people where you feel supported and where you feel like you can authentically use your gifts and pursue your passions. You're not masking, you're not having chaos and challenge and too many chefs in the kitchen, and you're not feeling burnt out. So that's the conclusion of this portion. We're going to move into your relationships, connections, partnerships, family, friendships now. So I'm going to clear this and we'll get right into it. Okay, group 3. So now we're moving into your relationships part of this, connections. Now you had a couple relationship cards. You had the Lovers come up and you had that Knight of Wands and I believe Page of Cups. So it was already showing. So let's get further into this. You had, card 14, abundance, prosperity, luck, fertility. So if you've been wanting to start anything that's creative, bring it into this world, like starting a family, you have fertility here. Rabbits are very fertile, abundance, prosperity, and luck. So things are just going your way. Going your way. Oh, let me get your charms. Also, my guides just reminded me there because of the rabbit. So you got 2026. So something's happening this year, like a banner year. Something's going to be happening regarding love in this year. Oh my gosh, you got the rabbit. This is why my guides are so good, because they showed me the rabbit and then they showed me a rabbit charm and then they were like, don't forget to pull the charms. And then you got the actual rabbit charm. So you're very, very synchronistic right now. You got this little crown that says princess on it. So this could be feeling like you're treated like a princess, or someone coming in like that Knight of Wands, sweeping you off your feet, making you feel super special. You got this beautiful bow. So this could be gifts or just you feeling special. And you got this dragonfly here. So that could be a sign for you or meaningful as well. Okay, so now back to your cards. You had that rabbit. So rabbits, like I was about to say, are very fertile. You could be growing your family if that's something that you're interested in, or just becoming more abundant in love, prosperous, having a lot of options, having things go your way and kind of pan out how you're hoping in your love life. Like if you've got your mind on someone, if you've got a relationship that you want to grow or be, expand. I want to get you one more charm there. My guides are saying, ooh, you got the cactus. Okay, so this charm always reminds me of things being like watered but able to last a long time, like things being kind of self-sufficient or self-nurturing, like someone who doesn't need a lot from you but gives a lot. That's like, it gives me that cactus energy. They're not they're self-sustaining, right? They feed their own cup, they have their own well. They're not constantly like more, more, more. Okay, you got AWAS here. Progress, future, changes, movement, trust. I'm sure you want to hear that. So this is a romantic environment or connections or partnerships coming in here that you can build that future on. We saw that in your last pile with career, Four of Wands. Future, movement, someone that you can trust, someone that you can build with. This could be the person that you're with right now, or this could be somebody that you meet. We'll see. You got Berkana, purity, becoming, birth, great mother. Okay, I'm going to put that with the rabbit card. So if you wanted to start a family, you found the right pile, because you got birth and fertility, the great mother, and becoming. I'll just put both of those together. Okay, then you got, Oh, inner summer and inner winter. Okay, it's one of those dual cards. Inner summer was up. I'm not surprised with the peacock. You are out, you are shining. It's kind of Six of Wands energy. It's recognition. It's finally being seen. It's feeling free. It's feeling radiant. It's feeling attractive. It's feeling bright. It's feeling like people are looking at you all over and being drawn to you. It's you wanting to go out, you wanting to socialize, you wanting to have fun and be out and about. And you got, oh my gosh, you got the Mystic and the Machine, another dual card, and you got the Mystic. The Mystic is all about that High Priestess energy we saw in your last section, that tuning into yourself, that moving from a place of heart led, from intuition, from what is right for me, and not just producing, not just creating, not just being in a situation because it's expected or because it's comfortable or because it seems logical. It's being heart led. So in this relationship portion or with connections, this is you being so tuned into your heart space that you can see right away, this is not serving me, this is toxic, this is draining, this uplifts me, this pours into me, this is sweeping me off my feet in a good way, this is someone who cares about me, who sees my need, and who speaks to my heart and my soul on a deeper level. Let me put those together. Leave these down here for now. Then you got the aspirant, ambition, diligence, and then setbacks is the shadow. Okay, ambition and diligence. That's giving me like a knight energy. Let's see what comes in your tarot. Oh, there it is. That's that ambition. Reach for it. Go for it, reach for the moon. Okay. So if there's something that you've been wanting to do, like a person you've been wanting to pursue, or getting on a dating app, or should I get myself back out there, you got reach for the moon, go for it, as well as ambition. That's like that sun energy, that Leo energy. Like, let me just put myself out there. Let me not let my fears hold me back. Let me start this partnership. Let me go and make new friends. Let me go and, text that person that's been on my mind, or put myself on a social platform, or reply to these, 15 DMs, and a couple of them actually seem interesting. And you also got Enchanted. Okay, this is one of my favorite cards in this deck. This is that feeling of everything. It's this abundance, prosperity, luck, fertility. Everything in your life is gravy. Everything finally feels flowy and enchanted and magical and mystical. You have this mystic card. I feel like you're glowing. It's like a goddess energy. I feel like you're very attractive because I feel like you did that work after that first part of your reading. You went through that difficult time, you healed, you had your glow up spiritually, physically, emotionally, and now it feels like it's a magical moonlit walk on a summer's night with hand in hand with someone that you love. This is partnerships, friendships, and this is sitting out on a patio in the summer enjoying your time with friends or with someone who is courting you or interested in you, or your person if you're with someone now. Let me check how we are for space. Perfect. And oh, that was all your oracles. So let's go right into your tarot. I don't know why this part of your reading feels very intriguing for me. I feel like you're just going to be treated like you should always have been, because with the bow and with the crown, it's just giving that divine feminine, like, and with the rabbits, it's like I feel like you're moving into a time of your life where you're like, wow, I feel special. People are opening doors for me. Maybe someone's courting me, or multiple people are courting me. Maybe my person that I'm with is all of a sudden kind of, pursuing me in a way that they haven't before, and we're kind of having a lot of like romance, maybe like the intimacy is ignited. Okay, let's get your tarot here. I'm so curious. Okay, you got Judgment. So this is that awakening energy. Look at, this is exactly what you went through in that group one. Here, she's on her knees. Release me from this. And here, look at her energy, her aura, her higher self releasing. Coming up out of that freedom, that awakening, that moment of truth or clarity. I feel like you had to have that, and like maybe you had to leave a very toxic situation, or you went through a lot of trauma in your childhood. There's something that you're being delivered from. That's what this card is giving. Like, deliver me from this. And you went from, in your group one, that trapped to freedom. And now that you're free, the real you, look, she even has like ballet slippers on, this beautiful flowing dress. You're releasing, you're ascending, you're awakening from this heavier, dense energy. And it's like you're in the sun. Summer, mystic, go for it, enchanted. Everything is lightening for you. Your true self is able to come out. Eight of Swords. Okay, yeah, you're releasing yourself. Look at this. She's looking in the mirror and she's seeing herself trapped by all these crows. One's blindfolding her, one's tying her. There's something that in relationships you may have a little bit of mental noise or stress or anxiety at the beginning as you continue this transformation, because you have this peacock feather, right? So that might not be normal for you to come out and shine. You may be having worthiness issues. You may having limiting self-talk because whatever happened with that past situation that you're coming out of, that we talked about at the beginning of your reading, that doesn't just go away overnight, right? So when you're looking at your reflection in the mirror here, you still may be seeing someone who's unworthy, someone who's trapped, someone who was held down, or someone who was taunted or baited or antagonized or told that they weren't good enough. Or you may just for some reason have this perception of yourself like, I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I can get out there, I don't know if I can risk it, if my heart can take it, if my mental can take it. But with the Eight of Swords, you can release that from yourself. See, she's looking in the mirror and she's actually free. None of that exists. None of it actually in reality is holding her down. It's just her own mental attachments and her own mental at war with her mental self, right? So I feel like you're going to be releasing that as you have this awakening. Three of Swords. Okay, like we could have seen that coming, right? So you had this. I still feel like this is going to affect you in your relationships, but I feel like you're calling in someone that's going to soothe that for you. You might have been from my soulmate reading, spirits showing me. I think it's the last one that I posted, and the Three of Swords was the main card about who is your soulmate. This is someone who comes in and takes this anguish from you. Look, it's the same. I mean, they don't take it from you, but they create a safe space. My guides are like, well, but they create a safe space where it's as if they allow you to release it. Look at her expression here and her expression here. Very similar. You've been through a lot of grief. This could have been the passing on of a loved one. This could have been like someone went into non-physical. I feel like you're entering this with a little bit of a broken heart. We saw that at the beginning of your reading. You had the Ten of Wands, you had the Ten of Swords. Something came to an end, and that grief doesn't heal overnight. That, you know, if there was infidelity, if someone moved, you know, transitioned into non-physical, and this was a huge person in your life, that doesn't just end. Maybe you're with your partner and you're going through heartbreak. Maybe your pet passed on, or there's someone in your life who's sick or ill, and it's causing you a lot of anxiety or worry. I see that there's something here that is kind of still limiting you or holding you back, but also you have progress, future changes, movement, trust. Maybe you have, so things are moving forward, things are clearing, things are getting brighter and feeling better, but it doesn't mean that it's all just going to be like without inner reflection, right? Without inner stretching and growth, right? That's the most growth that we have regarding relationships is through relationships, right? You have a friendship, you have a family dynamic, you have an intimate relationship, and it brings up these triggers. It brings up this growth within you where you look in the mirror and you say, wow, like I really am struggling with this feeling of unworthiness, or with moving past this, or with letting go of this. And I feel like this is a healing space for you to move into this abundant, prosperous energy where you're like, you know what, I don't want that to hold me back anymore. I want to move into this energy where I'm feeling confident, I'm feeling loved, I'm feeling secure. Let's get the rest of your cards. Okay, you had Death and Rebirth, but it's in reverse. Yeah, I just want to make sure I don't have those cards in reverse. So there could be something here you're having a hard time letting go of. That you're having a hard time, like I said, if someone passed on, someone who's very important to you, it doesn't have to be a romantic connection. It can be a friend, family member. It can be very that can overlay a lot, right? It can be playing in the back of your mind all the time. So there could be something here that you're struggling with releasing because it's in the reverse position. So you might be holding on to something that's feeling, something that just happened, quite possibly, or something in your past that you really want to release, but you're struggling with it. That's okay. It's just spirit showing that. Okay, card 17, beautiful with the star. But there's healing here. The star is healing energy. This is something manifesting a hope, a wish, a desire that creates, for example, if you were married or connected or had a long-term romantic partner and they passed on earlier than you had anticipated, and then you had that grief, you had that hole, you had that trauma, you had that to deal with, and then a new romantic partner presents. You always had a wish in your heart that would that you would meet someone else, right, who felt similar to that first great love you had. That's the star, and it comes down into earth. She pulls it from the sky, but not only does it manifest, it heals some part of that heart, some part of that past grief and that past trauma. It can't replace it, but it helps soften and soothe it, just like when your pet passes on and then you get another little furry creature, another companion. It doesn't replace it, but it does soften that loss, because now you have this new love, right, that you can pour into and that you can embrace and that loves you back. And it kind of it does help heal a little bit that pain. Knight of Wands. Okay. so who was it before that you had? Was that the Knight of Cups? I'm going to find it for you because I thought it was the Knight of Wands. Remember, I kept referring to that. You were probably correcting me in your mind. But maybe it was the Knight of Cups that we had in your opening, where it's that person coming in and sweeping you off your feet. Remember, he had the red roses, he had the picnic laid out. Now I can't remember which night that was in this deck for some reason, so let's just find it and put this Knight of Cups. It was the Knight of Cups. Okay, remember this fella here. So now you have the Knight of Wands. So that was in your intro. So you have two knights. So this could be the same person, but someone is coming in, taking action towards you. I knew a knight was going to show up because you have all of this energy. So this can be someone that you're currently with. This can be someone swooping in, making an offer of love, pursuing you. They have charm, they have ambition, they have charisma. They get things done. And the Tower. Okay. I kind of saw this coming. I feel like this in a good way. Because look, I love this Tower card is one of my favorites. There's butterflies, there's lightning, the little cute squirrel has its nuts. This is you, babe. You're like, I'm so safe in my... I'm safe and protected here, but I feel like this knight comes in with that static electricity and kind of turns your safety net on its head. And I feel like with the go for it and the enchanted and the luck, that the Tower is a structure that's no longer serving you, right? So for example, if you're self-isolating too hard, then here comes the universe putting someone on your path who sweeps you off your feet. You got a Knight of Wands and a Knight of Cups. This person that's going to give you a Tower moment, because you're going to have, no, I have Eight of Swords, I have limiting beliefs, maybe I'm avoidant, maybe I'm what's the other one? Too attached? I don't remember what it is, but I have a broken heart. I don't know if I can do this. There's things that I can't let go. And then the universe is like, we need to release this, baby. We need to release this. You're going to go for this. Here is abundance, love, summer, shining. You're glowing. You're being seen. You're enchanting. You're charming. Your life is taking on this beautiful moonlit shine of wonderful things, but it's going to call you to come out of your comfort zone and things that are no longer serving you to crumble to the ground. Crumble to the ground. Maybe that's your safety net. Maybe that's the walls you've built around your heart. Spirit said that real loud in my internal screen. This Tower is the walls that you've built around your heart with good purpose. That's not a judgment. That's an observation. because of the pain that you endured. But someone comes in, a Knight of Wands is the only one who could tear that down. Look, they're unaffected. They're happy, they're vibrant, they're charming, they're a leader, they're ambitious. You have ambitious here. The aspirant, maybe this is the Knight of Wands. Somebody who's diligent, somebody who's ambitious and does not mind setbacks. You might want to check out that reading. It was pile 3 in the last soulmate reading if you want more on this, because it's very similar energy. This is someone who will not be dissuaded, not feel set back by the walls that you've put up around your heart, by your own internal dialogue. This person will steadily work through it in order to rebuild something with you. They're going to say, we're going to have to chip away at that shell that you put around your heart, babe. You're going to have to let me in. If you want to, you don't have to do anything. We want to turn this death card upright. So it's rebirth. We want to release this and allow this heaviness, allow these chains to fall off of us, allow your lightness, your freedom, your radiance, your divine feminine energy to flow, accept, receive, allow the goodness to come in. Just go for it. We're going to get one more card here and then close off your reading. Final card, strongest energy for group 3's connections, love life, relationship energy. There it is. 10 of Cups. Bro, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. Oh my gosh, I have chills. I'm so happy for you. Like, you got the 10 of Cups. Look, there's 2 children playing here. This couple is together. They're happy. There's emotional fulfillment. If you allow yourself to go for this and allow yourself to let this pain release and heal through this connection, whatever this is, whether it's a friendship, a business partnership, a new love presenting your current partner, your happiness will return. This emotional fulfillment, feeling all of your 10 cups. This is one of the best cards in the deck, if not the best card for relationships. You will have this beautiful rainbow of love, positive energy, abundance, prosperity, personal satisfaction, fulfillment, all of your cups feeling full. You'll be happy, at peace, satisfied, passionate, interested in things, in your partner, and in growing. Really incredible to end off with that. I don't even want to move that card from the shot. It's just so vibrant and colorful. Look at all this dark energy you have here. And then on the top here, progress, future, changes, trust, movement, inner summer, rabbit, abundance, prosperity, luck, fertility. Go for it. Enchantment, the star, Knight of Wands. But it's going to come through you allowing an opening. Allow that structure that you built around your heart and your protective walls to crumble for the right person. Let them in. If a Knight of Wands, Knight of Cups presents someone swooping in and who you feel that you can trust, because you have trust here that you want to build a future with, that person could be pivotal for your future here in terms of building whatever sort of happiness and fulfillment that you have on your mind. Really incredible reading. I absolutely love this for you. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. If any of the other readings call to you, then I will see you there shortly. And if not, it'll be another reading on another day. Bye. Right, group 4. So you chose the amethyst and this incredibly powerful crystal card here, the image of the crystal. So we're finding out what the universe, God, source, whatever you resonate with, has planned for you next. Of course, you have free will, so in co-creation with whatever your higher self's got going on there, but kind of what is orbiting you, what could be manifesting if you choose to align with it. So let's do your overall energy here. Coming out, the waker, awareness, reflection. Okay, so you're waking up to something, you're having clarity, you're seeing through the fog here. Your runes came out with Kano, energy, positivity, lust, rapport, knowledge. This came out in 3 groups. So you're passionate about something, you're feeling inspired, you're feeling energetic, you want to pursue some sort of new information or path. I can't remember how to say this. Ansu. Answers? Is it answers? Wisdom? Maybe. Apprentice, tests, inspiration, advice. Okay. That came out in another reading also. Ooh, card 13 with time. Trust in divine timing. Okay, so something's at play here, and it has to do with divine timing. Intuition. Moon may be coming out here. Not surprised with all those crystals there. You also got into, oh my gosh, I thought I said intuition. I was like, you got intuition. Intention, moss agate, heart chakra, card 4. Boundaries, card 21 with labradorite and your south node. Okay, important. Share wisdom. Okay, so you have this card here with Ansu's. Wisdom is the first word. So share wisdom, okay. And then we'll get right into your tarot. Yes, you had the healing chaos. Okay, this makes so much sense. So this card, see the butterflies emerging here from the tornado? This card is all about how when a tornado moves through a landscape, like on Earth, it's very destructive, but it also creates new ecosystems. It also churns up the soil and allows things to become new again. It renews the landscape and it kind of deposits some things over here. It creates new like bio ecosystems. I don't know how exactly it works, but I read about it and it was fascinating because we think of tornadoes as just destructive only. So there could be something here that upon reflection, you're realizing was it can be a catalyst for change or healing in your life, can call you back to your wholeness. Okay, so let's get into your tarot for more specifics on what's happening next for you. Three of Swords. Okay, so ooh, that's a nice Three of Swords card. Look at that heart, all rainbowy. And you have this heart chakra here. So something here is healing, either grief, a heartbreak, some sort of loss, because you have healing chaos. So you could literally be healing from a chaotic, anything in your life. That could be a job, a living situation, a relationship, some sort of health diagnosis. Something was extremely difficult for you, painful, and you're healing from it now. Four of Wands. Oh, wow. Celebration. This could be marriage, engagement, building a life together, your life just becoming more stable and rooted. Seven of Swords. Okay, so there could have been some sort of people challenging you or some sort of like conflict or battle where you had to hold your ground or hold your position on something. And the Nine of Swords. Okay, this is very similar energy to one of the other groups. I don't know which one that you might have been from, but Nine of Swords. This is keeping you up at night. You've been having some anxiety about this. Okay. So what's next for you, though? We have, I would say, a couple more spots to get tarot. Can you clarify, please? Three of Swords. In what context is this moving into a new chapter for group 4? Oh, you got two here. The High Priestess and the Emperor. Nice, okay. And then the Nine of Swords. Just clarify that. Okay, I see you. Why did the Page of Swords... Oh, those were... Okay. The Two of Cups... in reverse. Okay. Okay. Wow, okay. This is very similar energy to what group was that? I don't know if it was group 1 or 2. Okay. So, Three of Swords being clarified by the High Priestess. It caused you to rebuild yourself. It's causing you to rebuild yourself. Whatever this heartbreak was, you went inside, you tuned into your intuition, you are healing that heart chakra. You now, upon reflection, you're awake. You see the truth of the situation now. No one can pull the wool over your eyes. Maybe there was someone or something that kept, stringing you along or saying something that was really ultimately not to your benefit and was really ultimately not serving you. And it caused a lot of chaos in your life. But you woke up to it. You woke up to it. Now you're feeling strong. You're feeling rooted. You also got the Emperor. So it allowed you to take authority over your own life, and it allowed you to become at the steering wheel of your own life. It allowed you to take control back and your independence back. Okay, so whatever that heartbreak was, it brought you back to yourself in some regard here. And can I fit both of those in there? And then the Nine of Swords, I clarified with the Two of Cups in reverse. So some sort of, I would say, emotional partnership or something is why you're having anxiety. Maybe someone's ghosted you. Maybe a relationship has ended. I'm so sorry if you're going through that. It's giving you some mental anxiety, or just the relationship itself. Not maybe you're with this person, but maybe it just feels upside down. Maybe your partnership doesn't feel good right now. This is clearly about partnership. Either you've lost something, you've had heartbreak, or it's not going as planned and it's giving you mental anxiety. However, friend, how could you have the Four of Wands? Either this is, you're meeting someone else, or you are building stability on your own as you come into this Emperor energy. We'll find out more about that in your love reading, I'm sure. This is overall energy, but you are creating your stability, whether alone or with this person. There's two unicorns on this one. There could be engagement, this could be marriage. So whatever you've been worried about here, it's whatever heartbreak, you've either ended something else and something new is coming in, or this situation turns around. If this is the person that you want to be with, but it could be causing some challenge or conflict, or you having to hold your position on something in your life. Okay, because you have a lot of other things here with intuition. Oh, right, because you have boundaries. That makes a lot of sense with the Seven of Swords. Oh my gosh. For some reason, I was reading that Seven of Swords as Seven of Wands. My apologies. I don't know why I did that. But I do know why, because someone else got the Seven of Wands and another group got the Seven of Swords. So all my sevens are getting messed up. Sorry, there could be some manipulation or deceit, or, someone lying to yourself. This could be you lying to yourself, right? Because this could be you saying like this relationship isn't going to work and it ends up working, right? Four of Wands. Or this could be like this person, you think they ghosted you and really they were just going through a very difficult time, and as you recenter yourself, they come back around, right? Because the Emperor could also be a person. This could be you and your person. There could be a lot of situations here, but definitely in your overall energy, you're dealing with some sort of personal, emotional relationship, heartbreak. It could be family related, it could be work related, but we're going to get more into that. But there's something that's causing you anxiety, but and heartbreak, but there is stability coming here. There is things that have not been clear becoming clear, and there is you taking back authority and clarity over your own life, even if things have felt not quite right, not quite clear. Things have felt like a battle, or like people are kind of doing things behind your back, or lying, or not being clear about their intentions or their motives. This could have been some sort of heartbreak regarding relationship, but we can't deny here that you have the Four of Wands, the Empress, and the High Priestess, and the Emperor. So amongst all of the heartbreak and anxiety, there's some sort of stability or autonomy or independence or clarity or foundation being built amongst it. So we're going to have to get more clarity on that in your other reading. Now, let's go back to these other cards here. I see you having clarity about something with awareness and the waker. And I see you having to in this next chapter, sift through this chaos, like as if a tornado came through, essentially, whatever this caused in your life, and see what you can build, Four of Wands, from it. Share your wisdom, put up your boundaries, tune into your intuition, tune into your heart chakra. Keep your energy clear, keep positive, draw on your inner wisdom and knowledge, find your inspiration where you can in order to figure out what you can use from the rubble, from what's left, to rebuild your Four of Wands. Okay, I got a stone over here. I can make a wall for my castle. I found a pot over here. This will help me cook my food. There's a little bit of picking up your life and putting the pieces back together here in your overall energy. But what Spirit's saying with the intuition card and the High Priestess is that you're coming back into yourself. You're coming back into your inner strength, your inner knowing, and you're starting to remember what it feels like to be heart led, to be led from a higher perspective and not from outside chaos, to not be pulled around in the inside of this tornado, but to be standing on the outside as an observer and making your moves based on the path of the tornado in order to go to safety, in order to gather whatever could be beneficial from you as the tornado passes through, in order to rebuild stronger than before. That's what I'm seeing. Definitely, if there's someone or something in your life that's draining you, that's toxic or painful, you have this boundary cards with South Node. So this could be something from your past that you need to establish boundaries with. If you're going through a separation or a divorce or a friendship ending or a family dynamic, saying, okay, this can't continue to drain my energy. I've got to learn from this wisdom. I've got to be clear on my focus and my intentions, have my boundaries up, share what I've learned. If I need to say like, hey, what I've learned is this isn't working for me, or what I've learned is we go head to head on this, or what I've learned is I get very anxious in this situation. If there's anything that you need to communicate with this person in order to either mend this or in order to move on from it, that's the energy that you're moving into next. You're literally assessing the rubble of this chaos and figuring out how to heal, improve, grow, and what the wisdom has shown you and what energy to step into next, in tune with spirit, guides, your angels, as your heart continues to heal, but as your life continues to restabilize. Emperor, Four of Wands, as you continue to rebuild your foundation and become independent in terms of you're at the wheel of your ship. So all of this anxiety, any lies or manipulations, any heartbreak can be of the past. That tornado can continue to just move through, move on, and you will rebuild a beautiful, strong, autonomous, independent authority over your own life, whether you're with someone or not. You can be in that energy even with you're with someone, where you're like, I'm not taking any crap anymore. Like, I want to be with you, but some things need to change. You have to know which part of this message lands for you. But there's also something here to do with divine timing. So if things don't seem like they're making any sense or going how you had hoped in your general personal energy, there's a lot of newness coming in here as this chaos moves through. So we're going to move into the second part of your reading now with finance, career, your passions, basically how you spend your day and what that looks like in connection to this. So I'm going to clear this spread and get the new one set up here. All right, so moving into your second grouping of cards here for career and finances, you have the Miser, stubbornness and flexibility. This came up in another group, so that could be meaningful to you. That could be representing someone, maybe like a little Taurus energy. Othala, property, heritage, dwellings, mountains to climb. Okay, so that could speak to the challenges that we saw in group one. You could be maybe dealing with some sort of having to move or, exchange of properties if there's a divorce or a separation. Lock, something is hidden or locked. That also makes a lot of sense if you have the Miser here. You're definitely in a challenging energy, but don't lose hope. We're going to get to the bottom of this here. See, celebration, moon dance. So something is going to come up roses here for you. We just got to figure out how. Paradox, that also makes a lot of sense because you have celebration and then the Miser. Something is hidden or locked, and you had the Seven of Swords, so there could be something that's kind of being kept from you or is not apparent or clear. We got your tarot there, and you have focus. Okay, that makes sense. All right, so because you had intention and all that there. So let's get into your tarot here for career. Magician. Okay, so this unicorn has all the elements here: the pentacles, the cups, the sword, the wand. This, you know how to create what you want here, or you're going to figure it out with this focus card. You're going to figure out a reason to celebrate if, you're going to figure out a reason to celebrate. That's the end of that sentence. You're going to figure out a way to have a happy ending here because I don't see you being, yeah, Queen of Wands. I told you you're magnetic, you're radiant, you're attractive, you're charming. You know how to get what you want, what you need. You're pursuing action on things with focus. You're not down for the count. You're not out for the count. The moon, you're tuning into your intuition. You had that in your overall energy. So the paradox here could be that you the paradox here could be that you're going through a very difficult time, or something's ending, period of heartbreak or grief or mental anxiety or unclarity or something, but you're thriving. That could be the paradox. It could be like you're going through a divorce and you've never felt better. You're going through a heartbreak, but it's the catalyst that leads you to this extreme independence, like in a good way, where you completely take ownership and authorship of your life and you completely do a 180 and you're just like, hey, you thought I was down and out, but look at me now. Look at me now. I'm seeing that. That could be the paradox. Five of Cups. Yeah, something was disappointing. We saw that. Something was disappointing. You were like, okay, well, those 3 cups spilled, but guess what? I have 2 over here. I have 2 over here. Okay, so this marriage ended, or there was infidelity, or there was lies, or deceit, or manipulation. But guess what? Let me take these 2 cups and multiply it and make myself a legacy, make myself a firm foundation, find myself a partner who does something even better. You know how a lot of people, like, their first marriage or that first relationship was so traumatic and so like full of conflict, then they have this desire within them. They shoot out this rocket of desire for the opposite of that. If it was extreme unfaithfulness, it's extreme loyalty they create. If it was extreme hostility and toxicity, it's extreme ease and calm and emotional satisfaction with the new partner. I see you being like, yeah, that was really disappointing, but I still have 2 cups here, and 2 times 2, as I multiply these, I can create with my magician and Queen of Wands is no small potatoes. You can create anything you want. Okay, 4 of Cups, same thing. So you may start to realize that something here with your finances is an opportunity. 3 of the cups are empty, but look at the universe bringing in here this cup. The cup is bigger, it's on a pedestal. This is the cup that you actually want. So don't get too caught up in the disappointing energy, because the paradox here is that it's bringing you something that you want. It's kind of an interesting energy. It's like maybe you are sad that your marriage ended, for example. I don't know why I keep getting into marriage here, because this is about career. For example, say you're upset that that offer didn't come through, that didn't work out, but it leads you to a better promotion, right? Like, say it's like everyone getting picked for the team, and then you're like, oh, like, that sucks, I didn't make the team. And then they're like, oh no, we actually want you to coach the team or own the team, or you're actually special, like the special, you're so good that we have you as like our starters. That was just the bench we were pulling. There's something where you're initially disappointed, but it ends up being a reason to celebrate. There's some paradox in here. There is a challenge because it says mountains to climb. But it is also about property and dwellings. So I wonder if you're able to move based on this financial windfall, or based on this thing you're creating here. It might not be completely clear because you have the moon. 4 of Swords. Okay, at least you get to rest and recharge. And the Star. Okay, so you have a wish coming true. Yes, something was disappointing in your career or your financial realm. It could be tied to the energy of the beginning. Like I said, that was in your overall energy. Like maybe whatever this healing chaos was, that challenging time with the 9 of Swords and the 3 of Swords, whatever that heartbreak and loss was, in your career, you're thriving. You're making things happen. You're completely at the helm of your ship. You're taking action. You're motivated. You're energetic. You're charismatic. You're attractive. Even though things may not be completely clear with the moon, you're tuning into your intuition and you're creating something from your 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups. It seemed disappointing. It seemed like there was a loss or something broke down, but I actually have three cups here between the two cards that I can make something with. Something here is healing and kind of being put to rights with the star, and my wish is actually coming true. Now, this could have to do with divine timing because it says something is hidden or locked. I don't think in a malicious way. I think that you can't see all of the pieces here. I don't know if this is you who's being stubborn or inflexible. Maybe if this is about career, maybe if you're stuck on these Five of Cups disappointment, Four of Cups energy, maybe try to take a different approach or perspective. Rest. Four of Swords, if you've been battling or if you've been, really working hard at something and it's not been going how you want, rest, regroup, get your energy, and you're going to emerge as the Queen of Wands magician, right? Things may be shadowy and unclear, but there's something here that it seems like it didn't go the way, but the paradox is that it's actually cause for celebration. Your company downsizes or you get let go, but you actually end up being able to start your own business, which is something you've always wanted. Or you don't get a job opportunity, and so you're stuck at your job that you were trying to get out of, and then a new management comes in and says, hey, you're incredible, let's promote you. And you're like, oh my gosh, I was really disappointed that I didn't get that job, and now I'm glad I didn't go anywhere. Because something you're unaware of, something is hidden or locked, so you don't have all the puzzle pieces here. So I would say there's definitely a reason to celebrate. There's definitely challenges, mountains to climb. This could allow you to purchase your own property or move because you have property dwellings here. Maybe you're getting a new business space, expanding, getting a studio, building a studio. There's something here that stay very focused. Allow your energy to be flexible. Don't allow yourself to get stuck in focusing on the empty cups. That's the strongest message coming through here. Rest when you need to, but you can definitely create what you want here. I want to get just a couple more cards. Yeah, my guides want to get this. We didn't pull this at the beginning, but they're highlighting it for me. For group 2 to show us for career, strongest energy, finance, passion. Yeah, I heard you can unlock this. You can unlock this. Definitely ask for your guides for support. They'll know specifically for your situation what would unlock that. Okay, and you got, Moon Gathering, card 7. Connection, collaboration, celebration is here twice. Soul groups. So there's going to be a reason for celebrate. If a message repeats, it's very important. So there's something to celebrate here in your finance or your career. Something's going to end up being a reason to get excited. And it's wrapped in a Five of Cups disappointment, Four of Cups, things not going your way or turning out. It's wrapped in that. So just be prepared. If it's something seems in your career or finances like, oh, that's not really what I was expecting, or I was kind of hoping for more. Don't forget, you're the magician. You're the Queen of Wands here. You're going to make something from this. There's something here that's going to end up becoming very positive and a reason to celebrate, and it's a wish come true. So the strongest message here is just don't be dissuaded by anything that looks like it's disappointing at the beginning. Regroup. Tune into your intuition, follow your heart, follow your passion, follow where you're being called to, because that's where the situation transforms and the money flows, the abundance comes in, and the emotional satisfaction, whether you're changing careers, pursuing something else, expanding your space. Don't give up hope. If something seems initially disappointing, it does turn around, but it turns around at the hand of your focus, at the hand of you saying, I'm not going to take no for an answer, or I'm not going to take this disappointment and just sit with it. I'm going to create something here that I want, something that's positive from this apparent, loss or disappointment. So we're going to move into your love, relationships, connections portions now. I will just clear this spread. Okay, group 4. So we're moving right into relationships, romantic, friendships, family, whatever it resonates for you and is up next for you that spirit has in store for you. So you have the patron, oh, mentorship and finances. So there could be a business partnership here. This is kind of continuing on where someone mentors you or maybe supports you, offers you a loan or some sort of advice or wisdom. That's definitely a strong connection and relationship showing up there. Then you have notice, I don't know how to say this, patience, stress, obstacles, necessity. Okay, so there could be something here that we obviously saw you had stress there in your overall energy, but having patience, allowing something to unfold. And you have Hagalus, limits, upheavals, risks, delays, shadows. Okay, so there's definitely something in your relationship world, partnerships, where you're like, I wish this would go faster. There's some sort of delay. I seem to be like limits placed on me here. I don't know what this is. Wundo? Ah, look at that. Harmony. Blessings, affection, desire. It's so wild how much paradoxical energy you have. Like it's like things aren't and then they are. So let's find out what that's all about. Gossip. Okay, card 4, word spreads fast. So you could be doing something, or maybe you're back on the market relationship wise or in business, or maybe, you get headhunted, and because this can be about any sort of relationship, and your boss is like, oh, I heard that, they downsized, could I make you an offer? This could be friends being like, I heard that you're single. I heard that your divorce went through. People are talking about you. Word spreads fast, whatever you got going on in the relationship world. There we go. Love. Ooh. Day, moon, love. So if you were wondering about love, look at all this. Mushrooms, flowers blooming, butterflies. This is the brightest card in the deck. There's, of course, love can be in any regard, but this is the relationship part of your reading, the love part. So you have some sort of business partnership presenting here, the patron, mentorship, finances. That could also be your partner. It could be one and the same. And you have love presenting. You also have harmony on the table. The falling moon release blocks. That's what I feel like this stress, obstacles, upheavals, delays, shadows is. You're still moving through a challenging time. This is like you meet someone new, but you're still dealing with the legal aspects of your divorce, or you want to start dating again, but your ex is kind of still blowing up your phone and trying to get back with you, or you're splitting up, your house if you had some sort of delays, but you have new love, even though you're kind of tying up those loose ends, you have someone who's got an offer of love. And you're like, oh, I don't know, I kind of wanted to be fully healed and kind of done with all of this, but life is not always so clear, right? Yeah, transition. Card 13, moon again, there's the moon again, calcite. You're heavily in a transition energy here. And this is just going to affect all areas of your life. There could be delays in some aspect and then harmonies in aspect. There could be obstacles in some aspect and then solutions in some aspect. There could be upheaval as you're building stability, right? It's that energy where maybe you're starting a new relationship or starting a new business partnership, or you're making a new friend, but you're still kind of wrapping up stress or upheaval in some other aspect of your life. That's probably why you have gossip, right? Because people, oh my gosh, did you hear their divorce isn't final yet? And meanwhile, you've not been together for like 5 years or 2 years or a year. And I saw them on a date with so-and-so, or do you know what I mean? Or your old group of friends is texting you being like, oh, you're out with your new bestie, we saw you guys on Instagram and blah 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 blah, and you're like, listen, I don't want the toxicity. I'm allowed to move on and have and transition out of a dynamic that is no longer serving me. I'm releasing these blocks, because you have obstacles with this rune here, but then you have release blocks, the falling moon. So you're very heavy in a transition energy. You're very in that healing chaos. You got nature here, returning to your true nature. You could be recommuning with nature. The wilding, yeah, the swords crossed. I feel like you've been at battle for a long time and you're kind of having to have a little bit of energy of like, listen, I've been through it and no one's going to tell me that I have any more blocks to my happiness. Like, I've got to move through this. I've got to let this go. I've got to just grip onto my happiness wherever I can, because I've been in a difficult situation. And if love is presenting, I'm going to grab onto it with both horns, right? And chase after it, because I want happiness in my life. Yeah, oh, there's the death card. Was it you who had the death in reverse? No, that was group 3, so you could be from there. Things are releasing. Things are regenerating. This is the rebirth card. So something is ending and something is beginning, and you're in a transition. I'm going to put that right in the middle. It just is what it is. I'm sure you know because you're going through the situation. It's like something's ending, something's beginning. You're having to move on from something, but you're in a transition and new things are presenting. Because I don't think you have to have a very large period of time in between the two. I feel like you're right on to the next thing because I think you've known that this other relationship or toxic dynamic or whatever has been ending for some time. This could be like you have a new special person in your life, but you're not in communication with your family because it's just been something that's been stressing you out or bringing you a lot of anxiety. And so you're like, that sucks that I can't share this with my family, but they're really not that happy for me. It could be that energy, right? Like some other blocks are, there's some gossip, upheaval, stress, or obstacles here, but over here in your life, you're doing what's best for you. You're focusing on love. You're returning to your true nature. You have ask body, very important when you're healing, when you're creating new relationships. Does this feel good to me? Is this too much? Is it too little? Can I trust this person? We're going to get into your tarot here in a second. See, look at that, thriving. That's exactly what came up in your relationship part. You're thriving regardless of the conflict. You're being the Queen of Wands and the Magician regardless of the blocks and the obstacles. You're like, you can't count me down. You literally can't count me out. You can count me down, but don't count me down for the count. You know what I mean? I'm going to get back up every time. And I feel like that's the energy that you're in. And it's very admirable and it's being acknowledged here from Spirit. So let's get your tarot now to clarify this. Let's make sure I have these upright. Ace of Swords. Okay, so yeah, you have clarity on something. We've been seeing that through your whole reading. You're just like, with the wilding here, with the two swords crossed, like, I'm just not prepared to be unhappy any longer or let anybody else try to steal my crown. See how there's the crown here? Temperance. Yeah. Exactly what we've been saying. You're finding your balance. You're finding a way to gain your footing and your stability because you got to deal with a little bit of this, but then you're going to put it in a little bit of that. There's a little bit of obstacles, but then there's love coming in, right? There's a little bit of, upheavals and risks and delays, but then you're thriving. So you're kind of just learning how to go with the flow and temper your energy, temper your expectations. Five of Swords. Yeah, this came out, I think, in every reading. There's been hostilities. There's been a battle. It's been clear. You've been showing that all throughout your reading. You've been going through a battle, a challenge, hostilities, conflict, strife. For some of you, I really get this heavily on the family side of it, and others of you, it's a relationship that's ending. So that could still be going on, but you're having clarity about it and you're not taking any more bull. You're like, listen, this is part of relationships ending and I'm going to deal with what I need to deal with, but I'm not going to let it hold me back from moving on with my life and my happiness. The world, yeah. So there's the completion here. There's the success. You could be being recognized for something or something's coming to a full end and you're going to finally feel like, okay, we did it. I did it. I achieved it. It's done. I'm happy. I have that completion, I'm going to move this up here so we can get all of these in. You guys got a lot of cards. Okay, next we saw that come out in your pull, the Nine of Cups. So extraordinary card to come out throughout all of this. You end up being happy. You end up being emotionally fulfilled. You end up thriving. You end up being victorious. So if you're in like a legal battle or some sort of battle with someone, just keep your integrity, tune into your inner world, keep yourself tempered, keep yourself balanced. But throughout this conflict, Ten of Swords, yeah, because you're over it. You're over it. Look at this unicorn. It's like, just let me rest already. Like, you're so over this fight, this conflict, this battle, this anxiety, this worry. It's obviously dragging on you. You had the, was it the Nine of Swords in your opening one plus the Three of Swords? Now you have the Ten of Swords. The 10 is the end. 10 of Swords, the world. There it is, wrapped up. It's done. We no longer need to interact. We no longer need to battle. We're no longer in each other's lives. You can no longer do me any harm because guess what? My Nine of Cups, I'm now thriving. So my friends, you guys have been through it. This is not a clear-cut situation where you're just like, oh, la-di-da, on to love, on to my new love. You're experiencing love and emotional satisfaction, Nine of Cups, but you're experiencing it through obstacles, challenges, delays, shadowy energy. You have blessings, harmony, affection, desire, love, but then you have release, death, release blocks and death. Let it go. Let it go. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done. But y'all need a Four of Swords. You need to rest and heal and recover. You are in a transition. So Spirit's saying just being aware of that will be super helpful for you. So this is transition. Transition, temperance. Just being aware that you're moving through a time of healing through chaos. You're healing this, you're releasing it, something is transforming, something is being reborn. Maybe it's your new emotional satisfaction, your new love life. But yeah, someone's still coming at you with swords. Yeah, something is still, even just the pain or trauma, even if someone is completely out of your existence, it can just be the demons at night, right? In our mind of replaying things, of that energy just sticking with us, especially if there was infidelity or some sort of trauma or pain or heartbreak or really challenging energy that kind of broke you down inside and broke your heart. That can keep you up at night, that Ten of Swords, even when the person is gone. But it's over, it's done. You're moving into new clarity, new energy, out of the hostility, and you're balancing your energy. Love's coming in, Nine of Cups, emotional fulfillment, balance, harmony amongst some of these obstacles and delays still. So Spirit's just saying, hang in there. There's so much goodness coming on the other side of this, but yes, you're still in the thick of it. So in this next chapter, if you're sitting right now with just the heartbreak and the anxiety, allow for this love, thriving, harmony, blessings to come in, whether this is in a current situation, which is whether this is from your friends or your family, from your partner. Maybe you're dealing with family and your partner is the one where you're getting that Nine of Cups love. Maybe it's from a new person and you're ending and exiting a relationship. It's a general reading, so it'll be different for everybody. But there's so much love, blessing, and emotional fulfillment on the table here, but it's accessed and it's enjoyed through and as you're transitioning out of this more disappointing, painful energy. So I'm sending you all of my love, brighter days ahead for sure. Thank you for spending your time here with me today. If another pile called to you, I'll see you there shortly. And if not, I'll see you in another reading on another day. Bye.